is pressed. What they do is they subject the oil to series filtration. And the reason they do that because there is a myths that are sold by refined oil that the oil has to be translucent, the oil should not be dark, dense and all. So this process, and also there is adulteration which is happening to cover that they are filtering the oil. So in this process what happens is there is a nutritional deficit and the oil becomes thin. So this thin oil, you have to use 100 ml or 200 ml of oil to achieve a particular application, which we are not doing.
But honestly, I use like a Dabur cold pressed oil.
Yeah.
Looks very similar only.
Yeah.
It's dark and but I'm just trying to understand. I understand the lesser quantity of oil is going to be consumed.
Yeah.
But then is there like the same thing? Is there a calorie differential or more nutrition that sort of goes through?
So basically your answer is not convincing enough.
No, I'll...
Technically better that...
Yeah, so when you look at oil, it is the macronutritional perspective is just fat. There is nothing else. Fat, again, you bifurcate into unsaturated, saturated and trans. So typically, trans should be 0, saturated should be 30% and remaining 70% should be your unsaturated, PUFA and MUFA. So
technically, can I make more meals out of the same
exactly,
oil?
yes.
So there's a pricing advantage.
And see, that is the goal that even government is working about.
Utilizing again, like using that oil again? No. 1 liter. Okay. Lesser oil.
Lesser oil. See,
Just
today...
to add on to that question,
Yeah.
I mean, is the consumer saying that I want lesser oil because I want to eat healthier, or I want to use lesser because it's a payment or a per cost serving?
No. It's a conscious decision by consumer. And to quote a data point, ICMR recommends us to consume only 10 to 12 liters of oil per year. But we end up consuming 24 liters of oil per year. So this delta of excess consumption, and we are not consuming healthy oil. Again, there is adulteration. 3 in 10 edible oil samples are adulterated. So we consuming unhealthy oil in large portion sizes.
How are you solving for the health concern of the customer? You're saying lesser oil, so is that leading to lesser amount of total fats being consumed? Is it leading to more HDL being produced, less LDL being produced? What is the benefit the consumer gets?
So when I say less, what I mean to say is, see, all these refined oil, so I have to compare only with refined oil or adulterated cold pressed oil. So these are thin oils, right? When you want to cook a puri, at least you should have 250, 300 ml of oil to cook puri. And in our case, you need not use 350 ml of oil. That is where the delta is.
So how much, if 250 ml versus any normal oil, then in your case, how much it will be?
So based on the consumer trials, what we understood is 750 ml of 750 ml of Zucco oil is equivalent to 1 liter of market oil.
Okay. 25%. 25%.
Your pricing is compared to...
We are almost similar to all these brands. To the cold press brands.
Do you have any certification, to pitch to customers? Like what is your voice? How you explain to customer that you need 25% lesser oil?
Yeah.
At the end you are telling oil is, at the end, even if it is wood pressed or normal, at the end it is fat and junk, maybe. So you are consuming lesser amount of that for making same meal. So this is your proposition.
Yeah, this is a proposition.
Is there any certification who will verify and you can use that certification?
Yeah, so this is largely an application driven scheme, right? Like it's people eyeball oil consumption. So we are exploring ways in which we can prove to the customer. But the feedbacks that we are getting is consciously when people use large quantities related to that, this oil enables you to use lesser quantity.
How do you explain that to the consumer? Because I know what you're saying, but if you put this online, if I was reading it, I would ask the same question that Apurva asked. Or at least I would walk into it thinking this is the proposition. Now if that is not the proposition, then I would get confused. So...
Also, it looks very thin proposition in fact.
Okay, this is 25% less.
Yeah, 25%.
What is the proposition you're pitching to the customer? Hey, buy Zucco, you will use 25% less oil than XYZ.
No, so when you buy Zucco, you are in the process of leading a life that is recommended by ICMR.
That's 50% less, no?
Sorry?
The 24 liters.
Yeah, so 24, what happens is that 24 liters, see, that is not, again the surveys varies. It depends. After COVID, it has reduced. So people consciously started reducing.
Also,
so, yeah.
Prashant, another thing, it is very, very difficult to change a consumer's behavior. The way that they put the oil into the kadhai, they will continue to put the oil in the same way. Now you telling them now instead of filling it till here, fill it till this much. That is very difficult. Say, maybe people like us might understand, but en masse, for example, if there's a cook at the house, वो तो वैसे ही तेल डालेगा. So then what will end up happening is they'll end up using the same amount of oil which they shouldn't have used, and your entire proposition goes for a toss.
Yeah, agreed. So this will not happen overnight, but it will definitely happen over time. And we are seeing the behavioral change even in our early users now. Even in 2-3 months users whom we tried and tested, there is a distinct behavioral change that we are observing, and that is the reason why we are targeting these 3 clusters: Ding, Disc, and the rich affluence. Right? They come into the product category with awareness, consciousness.
Rich affluence may only the cook will make the food at home. They will not make the food themselves.
No, so the shots are called by the master. So
doesn't matter.
I agree,
No, but
actually a lot of people are already using lesser oil than they used to before. So I don't think, like, and as an idea, they're already doing it. I think it might actually confuse them more as to ab kya karna hai, like, because my cook works in several houses and she's used to using a very low amount of oil, which we are not comfortable with, but which we have to sort of live with. So I think that notion is already there in people's heads. So maybe the problem that you're solving for is already being solved for in some way by the consumer themselves. Probably some other way of sort of convincing them to use the oil might be required.
Just a follow-up question. Was this started with one particular oil in mind? Because all of them also behave differently, but is there...
No. So the pressing process, right? Like, so in the pressing process, what?
Same.
No. Yeah, that's what. So generally in the market, every seed is pressed at the same RPM. So and that is the market reality, and that it should not be pressed in the same RPM. So we are customizing it, seed specific customizations across the scheme. So pre-press, post-press, and in terms of even choosing the raw materials.
And just one last question: what was the pricing like?
We are retailing groundnut oil at 490 rupees.
490.
Yeah, including GST logistics.
When we are, as investor, we are talking to you and asking questions, it's all about how you can build a large business and how we can be part of that.
Yeah. Agreed, totally.
And as a lifestyle business, you can keep building it, and you can run it profitable. Even investors will come. But we generally ask questions from that lens.
Agreed, totally.
Okay, so that's why we had similar question coming from this table.
Agreed. Sure.
Give it up for Prashant, guys. Well done, Prashant. Guys, these products are there in the sample. These products are there in the sample. If there is actually usage, you should definitely give feedback to them. Probably he'll prove us all wrong. Yeah, all the very best, Prashant. Thank you very much. Tanmay, who's the next?
Next up is Dr. Yogesh from Yogi Beauty and Wellness from the Beauty and Personal Care category.
Sir, you look dapper.
Thank you so much.
And all the way.
Awesome.
Wow. Ma'am, आपने अच्छा ड्रेस किया सर को आज.
Thank you.
All the very best.
All the very best.
Mike.
एक और
हाँ आप शुरू किया मैं दे रहा हूँ
स्लाइड
guys can make it
Thank you so much.
your time starts now.
ओके ये देखो एक और नेचुरल ऑर्गेनिक ब्यूटी ब्रांड.
अरे ये तो योगी है.
योगी है तो क्या हुआ? What is different?
अरे I'll tell you what is different. The key differentiator in Yogi is the team and the founder. Namaste. I am Neha Surodkar, founder of Yogi, and I have 15 years of experience in beauty and fashion industry. Being a makeup artist, I have explored the concerns and the behavior of consumers towards the beauty products. And we are also blessed to have a team of seasoned beauty professionals. Yeah. Okay, so we are blessed to have a team of seasoned beauty professionals from the beauty industry. But the heart and soul of Yogi is the Yogi himself.
Hi, my name is Dr. Yogesh Surodkar. I have PhD from Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai. Over 20 years of global beauty industry experience in giants like L'Oreal, P&G, and Marico. I was ex-VP R&D. I was instrumental in establishing the emerging market business by launching different brands and with the disruptive technologies. So maybe you can explain why we started Yogi.
Yes. So we have been through various issues in our family. The major one was to take care of cancer patients, during which we realized the toll that it takes not only on the body of the patient, but also on the mind and well-being of the family and the patient himself. Also, the moment of awakening was the COVID-19 pandemic, which made us realize the importance of having a balance between mind, body, and soul, also striking a balance with nature at the same time. So this led to the desire to create something which is pure, which is healing, and which is nurturing. So we spent some time in R&D and finally incorporated Yogi Beauty and Wellness Private Limited in May 2023. Yogi, the brand, was launched in September 23, providing safe, gentle, yet effective solutions for holistic beauty and wellness. And also advocating conscious lifestyle, which is good for people and planet. For us, Yogi is not only a business, it is a passion driven by purpose, and we want to create a legacy for the generations to come.
Okay. So let's understand what is the vision of Yogi. Yogi is here to redefine beauty and wellness through a harmonious blend of Ayurveda, modern cutting-edge technologies, and sustainable luxury, nurturing the holistic well-being for the people as well as a planet. So here, the harmony between us and the planet is very, very crucial. To back this vision, we have a mission to aspire to inspire the global customers for conscious lifestyle, for self-care, environmental stewardship, and social responsibilities. Yogi's values are inclusive, holistic innovations powered by nature and backed by science. We have 20 patents filed on this. Customer satisfaction or trust, because as Rahul mentioned, a lot of greenwashing happens, especially in natural organic, they are just claiming, but greenwashing. Here, in a true sense, we are sustainable and also empowering. And lastly, the farmer community upliftment, because we are also sharing the profit with the farmers. So most of you are aware about this category problem. The global BPC industry is basically responsible for most of these problems, starting with the harmful toxic chemicals. And we know the issues related to it, like endocrine disruptors or carcinogens. The second part is it's not only harmful to the human life, but also the marine life. Right? So the sunscreens, especially organic sunscreens, which are banned globally, but in India it is widely used. They are harmful to the coral reefs as well as the marine life, which we should avoid. Lack of sustainability is another. Plastic waste. The plastic pollution already reported that more than 110 billion units of plastic have been produced every year globally by this BPT industry, and more than 99% plastic is non-recyclable, which is creating pollution. Non-biodegradable ingredients like silicone are also being widely used both in hair care and skin care. So that is also creating issues. So we definitely need to work on sustainability, including the carbon footprint. Lack of transparency, I talk about the greenwashing. Not much information is provided by the manufacturer to the customer. Lack of inclusivity, mainly targeted for gender-specific, hair or skin-specific. And that's where we need to really break these barriers and have the multifunctional product. Lastly, most of the beauty industry is only focusing on external beauty and not the holistic inside-out beauty and wellness. So to tackle these problems, we have created products and getting it manufactured at the third party in Dehradun. So the first one is we are 100% natural and organic. We are sustainable, 100%. If you see, barring the pump for the wash-off, because I don't have the alternative, only glass and aluminum is used. All the ingredients are biodegradable and it is getting manufactured in a carbon neutral factory. We are all having a certification about that. We are 100% ethical and transparent. On our website, all the their chemical composition, mode of action, and biological mechanism to the T is explained. You can visit it, just scan the QR code, and it will go to the landing page. It promotes inclusivity. Entire range is for babies to seniors, multifunctional products. Okay, and lastly, if you see cosmetic and wellness put together, we are harping on the holistic beauty and wellness. So the key USP is the BioPro fusion technology. It is now registered. So it's a novel fusion of Ayurveda, phytochemistry, biotechnology, microbiome, which is pre and probiotics with eco-consciousness. We have filed 20 patents. I could have filed 45, unfortunately, since it is bootstrap, lack of fund. So only 20 patents, but these are the global ones. The second one is the holistic, portfolio. Wellness as well as cosmetics, and we are for babies to seniors. So we are quite inclusive in that sense, and we are having revolutionary formulations as well. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. So please, try even the organic tea drops. Just put 10 to 20 drops in a water and try those. These are pure hydrosols, and you will forget the tea and coffee. Okay, so this is the entire product range. 4 categories: hair, skin, body, and wellness. Wellness specifically are curated for hair health, skin health, body health, women health, and men health. Okay, we have filed 20 patents. We are not adding any natural or synthetic fragrance. The fragrance is coming from the hydrosol, which we have used as a base, which is the steam distilled extract of blend of different herbs, which are aromatic in nature. And on top of that, a few essential oils have been used. That's why there is no need for any additional synthetic or natural fragrance. As I mentioned, we have filed 20 patents. All wash-off formulations, we are saving around 40 to 60% water because they are no to low foam. Okay. Let me rush through this. Our key ideal target is upper middle class, SEC A and B, upper middle class to affluent, mainly into urban, semi-urban areas, okay, who are conscious about their health and they understand the sustainability aspect. So we have piloted this in Powai, which is the central Mumbai region, and we started with 100 customers, and then we grew to 250. For 4 months, they have used these products. The lady in our house started using it, and after a month, she started asking to use it for her babies, for kids, husband, parents, as well as in-laws. And the second aspect which was helpful is we also introduced this range in salon as a free trial. So caramel salon in Powai, and that also helped us in getting a traction that these are authentic, real, natural products. Okay, in terms of competitiveness, definitely Forest Essential, Kama Ayurveda, Soltree, Shankara, and Ashpaveda are the key competitors in this space, but they are largely into Ayurveda, mainly harping on traditional Ayurvedic technology, whereas we are advanced. The BioPro with 25 patents. And the second part is our range is holistic inside out. Only Ashpaveda has that, while rest are only focusing on cosmetic. In terms of market size, India is having 4.62% compared to the total BPC industry for only organic and natural, and it is poised to grow till by 2.3x in 5 years. Similarly, the same trend is also experienced globally, and the main reasons are increasing demand in natural and organic, authentic formulations, wide product range, and as well as a penetration of e-com. Time is up. Okay. So,
Please give it up first.
questions?
Can you tell us something about your unit economics and your team, please?
So basically, this is the unit economics. The overall gross margin is 75 to 77% across this range, and CM1 is 45%. CM2 is -5. Only this is current. I am talking about. Okay, the monthly run rate is 5 lakh, and we are running 6.5, 6.4 lakh around, and that's why this. Basically, our ask is 5 CR for 15% equity dilution, and with this, the target is 100 crore revenue in next 5 years. With the global expansion. So currently we are testing the waters online via Amazon in USA, Canada, Mexico, and second will be UAE region. And the third region will be UK. So apart from India, these are the things. And 10 years is the unicorn. That's the target.
And is it India focused or what is your core market?
Core market is India, but considering my global experience, I know I will sell these products very easily and earn a lot of money compared to India, because of the price consciousness, even with the niche customers.
Where is the fund deployment slide? If you have one.
Yeah. So 5 CR, basically working capital is 28% and 50% is more or spent on marketing. 12% is SG&A and then 8% building the team. 2% is R&D because 59 SKUs are there. I will not change those SKUs in next 2 to 3 years.
Where do you expect to get to with this fundraise? What kind of business scale?
What kind of business scale? I said,
fundraise.
with this, around 52 CR with just 5 CR by 3 years with the profitability. So after 3 years, we will be profitable, EBITDA profitable, positive.
At
So
what monthly revenue? What will be monthly revenue then?
Then overall annual revenue will be 52 CR.
52. Monthly will be around maybe 6 years.
Divided by 12.
Products are very expensive.
Did you experience the product first?
Because देखा है.
See, I said proof of the pudding is in eating. You cannot generalize that. Okay, what is this? Once you try, then you will realize why they are patent filed.
No, I am assuming product works.
Product works, and these are authentic, 100% organic, natural formulations with the technology bioprofusion, plus glass and aluminum as a packaging in a carbon neutral facility.
Your
And
go-to
still
market
it
is
is
on.
less than forest essential. Sorry.
Please go ahead.
If you compare our price range, forest essential, Kama Ayurveda, no patent filed. No patent filed, right? No uniqueness in their products. And I'm challenging it in front of all of you because you might have invested in them. And look at my products.
So we are putting in the quadrant of forest essentials, right?
Yeah.
Price is lower than forest essentials.
Yeah.
So 3 aspects. It is a D2C brand. So we started with online, India as well as USA. Now Salon is the second offline channel, which we started only one, just to see the design and test. With the good response, pan-India salon, I'll be trying. Considering, I work in L'Oreal and L'Oreal had a good salon network also. So I leverage that. We are also constructing our own first boutique store in Karol Bagh. Okay, her father's store is there, so we are converting that into first exclusive boutique. So metro city we will capture with the boutique store, and also some specialty are there. So Intin.co, are you familiar with this? Dr. Neeraj Sanan. Okay, so he's extremely interested, highly professional guy, offices in 5 countries. So he will be also helping us in branding and marketing, both online and offline channel. And that's why I think I'm super confident, because if you go through Intin.co, you will understand the entire pool of talent who supported the Fortune 500 companies. Any?
I just want to understand what would be the revenue for the next 2 quarters from here. I don't want the answer for 3 years. So I just want to understand your revenue projections for the next 2 quarters from here.
Understand. So 5 lakh, this we have there. So you can say that we are trying to get 10 lakh a month in the next 3 months. But over the year, I have to double that, around 1.2 CR for the first 24.
Okay, and another thing is that as you are comparing yourself to Kama, Ayurveda and other brands, as a consumer if I go there, उनकी एक brand image मेरे mind में already है, तो अगर मैं 1,500 रुपए या 2,000 रुपए का कोई product ले रहा हूँ, वो genuine, authentic है नहीं है, patent filed नहीं है, as a consumer मैं नहीं सोचता.
Nothing, ठीक है.
But अगर मैं उनसे compare करूँ तो how do you as a brand communicate it to the end user? Because उन brands को ये image बनाने में अपने consumer के दिमाग में it has taken years.
See, I discuss about
5,000 रुपए खर्च करने से पहले नहीं सोचूंगा, but
नहीं 100%. So and it's a valid question.
How do you do that, or how do you plan to do that?
See, that's the reason why we did the pilot in Powai. I mentioned about Powai. I don't know whether you are familiar with that region. It's a central Mumbai one.
I come from Bombay.
You come from Mumbai, right? They are the forest residential users, and that's why I targeted them. Use them slowly. Entire family is using in the past 4 months. That's 250 customers through them and the salon experience. Those we are going to explain, and that's why the creation of boutique store was very important, because online I cannot convince them that how I am different versus forest ritual or Kama. But when they touch and feel those sensorials, and that's why I think I don't know, your experience is, it is differentiating experience when you use the product, and that's what our experience is with the 250 customers.
Okay. Dr. Yogesh,
Thank
last, take it. I'll offline कर लेंगे.
Sure. No, if
do we have time? One question. Ajay, we spoke about this briefly on our call. This 20 patents and this technology, but what does that enable? What does that patent enable you to do? See, having a patent, saying I have a patent is great, but
if you see the competitor slide now,
वो छोड़ दो आप, मुझे समझाओ कि 20 patents.
आयुर्वेदा नेचुरल, अभी लोगों को चाहिए कि मुझे 7 दिन में रिजल्ट आना चाहिए, बराबर. अब ये नेचुरल है.
So it's a mix of Ayurveda and actives.
हाँ. So now what we have designed is this BioPro fusion technology. It is gentle, safe, yet effective. It will show you the result in less than 7 days, be it acne or even depigmentation, versus forest essential product cannot.
The formulation is your patent.
And that's my pedigree.
The formulation is the patent, correct?
Formulation.
समझ. But it's a mix of Ayurveda plus actives.
And
effectively, मैं basically
yes.
basics
And globally, this formulation doesn't exist, and that's why
And active, not chemical active. It's all plant-based.
No chemical. Huh?
Plant-based actives. Take it. Okay. Understood.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. Tanmay, call next.
Next up, we have Josefa from Sivo from the apparel category. All the best, Josefa.
I have the clicker? Yes, which is next? Okay.
तो अच्छा ठीक दिया.
आपने शॉर्टेस्ट में किया.
ये वो ऑरेंज वाला स्टिक डिफरेंट कम सो रहा है अंडर आई थिंक
हार्ड वर्किंग.
So many chai pe charchas.
Start the meeting.
So many chai. Chai is the chai. Charcha also chai. Chai also charcha.
And we have to maintain our kind of.
Pivo, your time starts now.
No place feels like home. Even the most extravagant hotels and even the most luxurious places, they don't give you the same sense of comfort and ease that you feel in your own home. So home is not just four walls, right? It's for most of us, it's an extension of our personality, and it's where we feel most comfortable. Everybody wants to have an Instagram-worthy home. Everybody wants to have those decor ideas in action. But unfortunately, who has the time and budget for that? And they all get saved for later. Hi guys, my name is Zephyr Electricwala, and I'm the founder of Sivo. I come from a family business that has been in the textiles and soft furnishings industry since the last 40 years. We've grown multiple single store ventures and standalone centers, we've done shop-in-shops and worked with large projects. Over the last 10 years, over the last 10 years, I've been involved in the business. I've been around fabrics, I've been around textiles, and that's given me a core understanding into what the market is and how the industry works. I've also founded a company. Yeah, I think.
Thank you, sir. It's okay, I'll give you some great time. Don't worry about
that. Sorry about that. So I've also been a previous founder. I've started a menswear brand which was making bespoke men's trousers. Performance marketing is the core for every D2C brand, and in scaling it up from the 0 to 1 phase. And I know performance marketing myself. I've practiced it, and I've spent north of 2.5 crores on Meta ads, Google ads, Amazon ads. So that's something that we control fully in-house. And I've worked at Shebang, which is a digital marketing agency, which has helped me understand the pulse of digital marketing and strategy. During this time, I identified the right people in my team who I would need to basically start my online journey, and that's when I put together a team, and we began in 2021. So just a little bit on the Indian consumer landscape. D2C is an ever-growing market, and the forecast is that by 2027, it's going to be a $60 billion market. Out of that, home decor specifically is going to be around 5.4 billion. And it is said that 19 million urban households are going to have an income of about 10 lakhs in this year. So the Gen Z landscape is something that everybody is talking about, and we at Sivo, we are building a Gen Z first brand. 116 million people is estimated to be the Gen Z population. 77% of India's population is going to be Gen Z and millennials by 2030. And 63% of this population likes to shop online versus compared to retail outlets. So our target customer is a Gen Z customer. It's a girl at the age of 23 who likes to shop online, who has primary interests in hair care, skincare, and beauty, who spends most of their time online on Instagram and other social media platforms. So to understand the market landscape, Sivo, there are many brands that are not online first, and they're not focusing on the online market. They're not building their websites. They're not connecting on Instagram. So this gives us a lot of space and opportunity to add some new freshness into the industry to cater to the Gen Z market that is existingly there. And that's when we are perfectly curating a brand that connects with the audience, that gives them the experience to shop online through e-commerce and deliver right to the convenience of their home. So why Sivo and what is Sivo? So Sivo is a one-stop shop where the comfort of your house, you can order soft furnishings, high quality and handmade products home. There's absolutely no compromise on the quality that we deliver, and you can customize it to your size and preferences. And you can also, for an added touch, we also embroider initials such as names and on our products that you can order. So some of the key milestones that we've achieved since our inception in 2021, we've fulfilled more than 75,000 orders. We've done a revenue plus of 6 crores. We've built a community on Instagram of more than 21,000 followers, and we've got 200 plus successfully launched SKUs all across our online platforms. So our products mainly have been satin bed sheets, satin pillowcases, mattress protectors, cushion covers, sleeping pillows, and many other more categories. So the big hitters in terms of our SKUs, we've got these products which constitute of more than 50% of our sales, which are the pillow covers. We've got protectors, sleeping pillows, and other products that constitute of our total offerings. So we're a core D2C brand, and we are first online. We want to be where our customer is. We want to reach out to them. So 87% of our business is through our website only, and that's where we sort of get most of our traction from. The balance 13% is through marketplaces such as Amazon, Nykaa, Myntra, and other platforms. As for our unit economics, from a revenue of 100, roughly 33% is where our COGS is, which leaves us with a gross margin of 67%. 10% is shipping and logistics. Around 37% is our CAC, and we are left with approximately 20% in our EBITDA. So this is just a small snapshot of our last year's financials. One focus that we worked very hard on in the last year was our average order value. So our average order value was 64% improved on the previous year. And that's something that, helped us scale the brand when shipping costs were rising, when CACs were rising. And that's, a metric that we've focused on and that has sort of helped us grow. So one focus that we have is that we are chasing a larger lifetime value. We want to be the single choice for our customers' mind throughout their journey. So from the time they're a young adult to when they get married, enter a new home, when they have kids, we want to be that one home furnishing brand that they think of at all phases of their life, and that's the sort of customer profile that we're trying to build. So my funding ask is 1 crore for 5%. What we're going to do with this money is that we're going to spend it, of course, on brand building and awareness. We're going to continue hiring and building our team, which will help us in content creation and scaling. We want to furthermore work on product development where we add new categories and increase our depth in them. And of course, market penetration, where we can increase the channels and we can sort of expand our reach to the customer. So the way forward for us is that in the next 3 months, we plan to reach a revenue of between 40 to 60 lakhs. Two parts which are very important for us is that we are going to focus on content creation. So we're going to look to sort of reach out to our customer through, of course, performance marketing and other ads. And we also want to improve the kind of retention and organic orders that we get. In 1 year, our goal is to reach a 12 CR annual sort of revenue. That's going to happen again, 2 major plans, which is one is category expansion, so we can enter the kids category, and of course build a community of buyers that keep coming back to us and we keep being the choice for them. And in 2 years, the plan is of course to achieve 30 crores ARR. One plan is of course global expansion, where we plan to enter the North America, US market mainly, which will of course significantly help increase our revenue, and infrastructure expansion, where we can then furthermore have better state-of-the-art manufacturing techniques. Just to sum up our journey so far, we began in 2021, just a handful of products, a small team of 3 people. We launched on Amazon.in. That helped us understand the e-commerce space, helped us build out our infrastructure. In 22 is when we launched our website. We had our record sales in the Black Friday event. In 2023, that's when we expanded our manufacturing. We added manufacturing of pillows, protectors, cotton bed sheets, and so on. On our record number of sales, we did a sale of around 6.5 lakhs with 482 orders in 1 day in 2023, which was our milestone. And at present, the plan for 2024 is to increase our channels through more marketplaces such as AGO, Tata Click, and so on. And we also plan to enter categories such as curtains, blankets, and so on to help our product offering. Yeah, this image has not loaded.
You didn't cover pricing of your product. That slide is not there. Different product.
That is not.
Cumulative.
Sure. So this is just, sorry about the glitch, but this is just an average, our ratings on Amazon, Myntra, and small snapshots of what the customers have to say about us. And that's the team slide. Thank you so much.
Gross in the product that was on the table. I'm sure you have a lot of questions, right? Please, all yours.
Pricing.
So our pillow covers basically have a pricing of $799 for a pack of 2.
Also compare it to like incumbent pricing. Give me a benchmark.
Just pick the product.
A satin one is your...
That's a satin pillowcase.
This is your bestseller, right?
That's our bestseller, 52.
Correct.
Correct. So this is $799 for 2. I feel we are somewhere in the middle where silk pillow covers roughly retail for 1,500 to 2,000, and lower quality satin sort of products are between 499 to 500.
क्या mix क्या है?
Nice. So it's basically satin is a weave type. Satin is the way the fabric has been prepared. In terms of composition, it's a 80-20 or between a 70 to 30. 70% is polyester, 30% is cotton. More of polyester. Yeah. So the advantage of this particular product is that this has been very successful us because it protects your hair and skin. So the satin fabric has unique compounds. So the fabric is very soft.
If it is now it is 70 polyester, 30 cotton. If we keep it reverse, 70 cotton and 30 polyester.
Yes, sir.
Then what will will be impact on cost price?
The thing is that, sir,
Also the product stability.
correct. There is more. So different fabrics have different ways of preparation and different sort of effects. The thread count is also something that holds a factor. So when you're using 100%, for example, cotton, the thread count that you use, the preparation, the dyeing process, all of that kind of decides the factor of your pricing. For this particular product, the reason this is a little more expensive is because of the kind of thickness and the thread count that we are using in the fabric that we have. And this fabric has this advantage that,
Maintain the same thread count, but more of cotton and less of polyester, then obviously the price will go up, right?
yes, so the cost will go up if we try to achieve that.
Why we have not thought of that kind of product?
So because
polyester is not good for our hair and
no, so satin fabric basically, as all satin fabrics are, they do protect your hair and skin because the soft satin fabric does not cause friction. So the hair basically sort of gets saved from breakages and tangles, and it also does not absorb moisture. So cotton, on the other hand, absorbs moisture. So for many of our target audience, when they apply any sort of creams, any sort of thing, the cotton can absorb all of that, but satin does not absorb that because of its proposition, which is why satin pillow covers have worked really well for us, and that sort of composition works for us.
Also makes it a very sweaty suit.
It also is temperature regulated. So the proposition that we have is that when it's cool, your pillow cover will remain cool, and when it's warm, your pillow cover will it kind of moves with the temperature. But in most urban households with air conditioning and all, we've not seen too many complaints come back of. Yes, sir.
What are the other options that they are considering? Why are they eschewing those options for companies?
In terms of the pillowcase market, sir,
That's the biggest product, right?
yeah, that's our best seller. So in the pillowcase market, like I said, there are different versions of satin and silk and all of these options available, which I would say are somewhat in a similar segment. And then, of course, the other ones that we have are the natural cotton pillowcases that are there. One reason why we've managed to set ourselves apart and do so well in this time is because of the satin proposition that it saves your hair and skin with our target customer audience. So they've kind of been able to relate to us because typically a pillowcase does come with a bedsheet set, but we've seen a lot of people buy the pillowcase additionally because they want to use this unique proposition for them. And we sort of pride ourselves that in the market we have people playing a little bit more on quality, so they get a better quality product as compared to what is available there. So that's a pillow protector. It's basically what goes between the pillow and the pillow cover. That's also $799 for two. There's also a bed sheet here under the pillow covers. Yeah, it's the same fabric. It's just it's a heavier sort of package. That is 2,999 for the queen and 3,499 for the king. It's the same as the pillow cover. It's the same fabric that. Yeah, it's the same satin fabric that we use. So again, it's because of the fabric and the quality of the fabric. So one other reason it's a little more expensive is because for bed sheets we use a wider width fabric that does not give you any lines of stitching in the bed sheet. So
Okay.
because of that, manufacturing
Other
costs are a little
question
higher.
in same question, micro question in that the costs will be lesser and margin is higher, right? For the bed sheet, what is the costs?
Yes, the cogs are a little lesser and margin is.
How
above.
much it is? What percentage?
So for the bed sheet, it's between 25.
Let's
to
do
30.
apple to apple. This is 3,500 king.
Yes, sir, 3,500.
Then cogs is how much?
So cogs is roughly around between 1,000 to 1,200.
King size.
Yes, a king size.
Okay, excluding pillow cover.
No, so with the pillow, it's a set.
It's one set of pillow cover.
It's a king size bed sheet.
So
with two pillow covers.
3,500, 1,200. So around 30 to 40%. So
Yes, sir.
margin will be around 55% or 60%.
Yes, sir.
Cool. ठीक है, very good.
Yeah. Coming back to purchase more. Are you seeing any?
We have seen a return customer rate. Unfortunately, right now, our return customer rate is a little low. It's around 11.5%. But that's because we've focused more on scaling. We focused more on acquiring new customers. Now, in 2024, we are working on retaining these customers. But we have seen many. And also, one reason our return customer rate was low is because we didn't have a very large variety of products when we started out. Because we've been bootstrapped since the start, we've been able to launch very limited amount of SKUs. So people could not come back for other products. We saw people coming back when we introduced our protectors, when we introduced cuddle pillows. So people are coming back for other products, but we've seen people also come back for multiple SKUs of the same item.
And what do returns look like?
Returns on our website are sub 1%. Because which is a customer return. RTOs are roughly between industry standard of 7 to 8%.
Is a return also like an industry standard? Is this something that gets returned lesser than say apparel?
I would say that the fashion and apparel category have one of the highest returns in the industry.
Yeah, but this is neither.
This is like in the neighboring of the home sort of category.
Okay.
I don't have numbers for home returns in general.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Josefa, two-part question.
Yes.
One, so there are a bunch of players in this market already, right? Startups also.
Right.
Some doing exactly what you're doing, kids and home linen, much larger than you. And I've had the same question with them as well, right? How do you actually then end up differentiating product A versus product B? Like, एक तो तेरा pillow cover है, एक यहाँ house and kinder का पड़ा होगा.
Correct.
I don't know whose is what. Now, when that happens, so the question part one is, how does a brand like you end up differentiating yourselves? Because it's like, okay, one will be 100 thread count, one will be 98 thread count. I mean, that's about it. So is it just a brand play? Is there something else to it?
I would say, sir, it's mainly a brand play, but there's a little bit of also design play that can come into this. When, for example, this is a plain pillow cover, but when it comes to bed sheets or when it comes to prints, I feel like a brand can build a certain language when it comes to the kind of designs they're launching and the kind of, theme.
Particular aesthetic.
A clear aesthetic would be one of more differentiators along with the quality of the fabric.
Okay. Part two, traditionally, now from a user behavior, when this is bought, it's typically bought offline because people want to do what I was doing right now when I was touching, feeling, I was putting my face on it.
Right.
Now, how do you solve? Obviously, you can't solve for that online. So, do you see this then directionally going offline? Is that something you have to do much sooner than, say, other D2C brands?
Sir, in all honesty, we are still building out to be a D2C brand first. We have not, of course, closed any doors to retail, but the family business does have experience in retail, so I understand, the challenges that do come by. But as of now, our plan is to sort of be online where we can communicate our messaging to the customer of, how we are. For example, in the pull-up protector also, we try to show, the product 100% waterproof. It kind of, extends the life of your mattress. So we're trying to communicate the messaging, also being e-commerce friendly when it comes to returns and, all of that ease of the customer. So we're trying to stick to online as of now. We don't have retail in our plans anytime soon, but of course, we've not closed any doors.
And last question, what are your inventory days?
In terms of the cycling. So, as a brand, because we've sort of built this out, we've been very frugal with our inventory. We kind of first were following a very high just-in-time inventory because we have manufacturing.
Oh, D2C mein bahut mushkil ho gaya.
Correct,
Deliver
of course.
like 10 days later.
No, of course not. But because we were manufacturing, which is why we could, manage just-in-time. Yeah. Sorry, sir, I don't have a number on the cycling of
And
the
this
inventory.
manufacturing is in-house?
Yeah, it's in-house.
Through your family business?
No, so that is completely now taken care by us. The space, the rent, the salaries, that's fully taken care by CO itself.
Manufacturing is in-house?
In-house, completely,
And
yes.
what's the capacity for that?
So we can roughly process around 300 to 400 orders a day. That's our capacity of manufacturing. In terms of a team strength, we now have a team of around 26 people. Which constitutes of the entire sort of team of karigars and the people checking, packing, quality and all of that. That's our current strength of around 300 to 400 orders a day.
What's your funding ask?
It's 1 crore for 5%.
Very good, very good. Excellent.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would say this mic was luckier than the other one. Please give it up to Steve, guys. Lovely presentation, lovely presentation. वो सारा का सारा माल, hello, Mr. Sivo, वो सारा माल हम ले जा रहे हैं. Right? That's for you guys. All those pillow covers, he's saying you can take it home. Whoever likes whatever. Right? Okay. Time for the next presentation.
Next up, we have Divyanshi from the Solve Skin from the PC category. Divyanshi, best of luck.
I saw House and Kinder multiple times. House and Kinder is doing about 6 crores. I've been tracking it. That's why those questions.
Starts from here, right?
Yes.
No, the pricing when I came in,
very intense question.
My question was on pricing जो आपने पहले solve किया.
वही pricing पे cost pricing.
Hi everyone. आप सबको कभी ना कभी जिंदगी में एक्ने हुआ होगा या कोई और स्किन प्रॉब्लम हुई होगी like itching, irritation या something. And how badly did you want it to go away? आप में से किसी ने कभी टूथपेस्ट लगाया है अपने एक्ने पे उठा करके या फिर डिस्प्रिन घोल के पानी में, मतलब कुछ भी डेस्परेट मेजर कि बस आज ये प्रॉब्लम चली जाए. To solve such problems and more, I am here with the Solved Skin, and we have it as our mission to make Solved Skin a reality for everyone. I have over a decade of experience in the beauty and personal care industry. I've worked as a global brand manager for Fair and Lovely in new product development. I have worked in Lakme as the national head for customer marketing, and I worked in sales. So with all of this experience and the learnings that I got is where I am at. When I was working on Fair and Lovely, I discovered after speaking to hundreds of people that people who had good skin, normal skin, were happy to use products like Fair and Lovely. They'd been using for generations, would keep on using it. However, people who had a skin concern like acne, dark spots, sensitive skin, dryness, they were very scared of using products on the market. They were like, yaar, humne bahut kuch try kar liya, but nothing seems to work for us. They were anxious, helpless, desperate, and looking for a solution that would work for them. Just trying to understand this consumer a little more in depth. What are they thinking? What are they wanting? Right? Nobody just wants कि problem चली जाए. मतलब वो तो उनको चाहिए ही. Beyond that, they want that their skin should feel clear, calm, healthy, manageable, and should have a glow. This state of skin, I realize that does not have a name. So this is the state that I'm calling the solved skin. From a product point of view, what people are wanting, they are wanting visible results fast. From the point of view that they want simple, easy to use solutions. आज की डेट में ऐसा नहीं है कि solutions don't exist. There are multiple products. तुम 10 serums अपने आप से routine बना करके लगा सकते हो. But nobody wants that. That is very overwhelming, especially when people are already anxious, struggling with a problem that is not going away. And what has happened, because so many brands have made so many claims कि हम ये problem solve कर देंगे, etc. in so many days, 99% acne gone in 2 days. Consumers have stopped trusting brand claims. What they trust more in today's day and time is real experiences of real people. And they will stick to a product if it works because they've been so scarred so many times, they're scared. They're like, if something works for me, I'm not letting it go. I'm holding on to it for dear life. Just to understand the therapeutic segment a little more, it's divided into 3 parts. 1, mass cosmetics, which claim to solve a problem. They are very consumer friendly. Most of you would have used them, come across them, etc. However, they're not really effective on the problem. Second is pharma products, which are clinically effective. However, they are prescription based and they can often have severe side effects. Third is the dermocosmetic space, which I'm sure by now you're only too familiar with after the likes of The Ordinary and Minimalist have really created the market. They come with clinical efficiency-based ingredients in formulations that seem to be reasonably consumer-friendly, that the consumer can figure out, understand on their own, and try to use them over a period of time. Now, within this space, I am choosing to target acne as the first problem to solve. Why? 1, because it affects nearly 80% of the population at some point in time or the other. 2, because it is something that people suffer for a very long period of time, usually 5 to 8 years. And they're looking for a solution for this entire period of time. 3, because despite so many brands and so many solutions existing in the market, there is no real good solution that exists. आज की डेट में there is no clear winner on acne. किसी को हो जाता है तो आज भी दुनिया में लोग यही बोलते हैं यार पानी पी ले ज़्यादा. मतलब that is hardly a solution, right? So, and why? Why is it so difficult to design good products in acne? Because acne is not एक problem है. उसके अंदर there are 4 parts that are leading for the problem to be so significant. There are dead skin cells that are clogging up the pores with excess oil. सबको पता है excess oil is a problem, but because of that, there is a lot of bacteria that is getting infiltrated into those pores, because of which there is inflammation from body's reaction that is leading to the pus or the pimple that you see externally. Right? Now, these are 4 parts to the problem. However, most products on the market have one hero ingredient that is solving for one of these, right? Which is why you get some part of the solution, but you're not getting a holistic solution, which is why the efficacy on acne stays limited over a period of time. Third, it is very challenging to deliver an active ingredient to the target site where it can be functionally effective, which is why a lot of these actives, because they have to enter the pores and they usually are not able to, the efficacy continues to stay limited. Fourth, a lot of these ingredients also often come with side effects, which leads to limitation in terms of how long the consumers can continue to use them. So how have we solved for these problems, right? One, we have chosen to solve for acne first. So we've chosen ingredients not based on their popularity or the trends, but basis their efficacy and proven efficacy on acne. Two, we've combined multiple such actives which target different parts of the problem together to give a really high efficacy on the problem that we're targeting. Three, we're using micronized patented technology which allows for us to enter those pores and really give a very high efficacy on the problem that we're targeting. And the best part is that we've designed it in a way that is very simple and easy to use for a long-term use. So these are in formats such as face wash and moisturizer that you see, and that is the proof of the pudding. This is the consumer results that we've seen from the trials, right? Now this consumer that you're seeing is somebody who had been going to a dermatologist. She had been using products that the dermatologist had prescribed for over a month, and she was helpless and she was not really expecting to see much of a difference. However, when she used my products for just 10 days, she went from that to this. And that was quite significant. And she was like, you know what, I was so anxious, so desperate. I can't believe all of my acne have gone and I cannot wait for your products to launch so that I can always have my hands on them. Another consumer, this one with a little more moderate acne, her acne went from this to this in just 4 days, right? And again, she just also loved the moisturizer. I request you to please see the texture of the moisturizer. It'll feel silky and it'll sink just right in, right? So it's designed for acne-prone skin. It's a gel-based cream which allows for it to sink in well, be silky, and it does not have any oil, no fragrance, no alcohol, right? So it's very safe, very non-irritating. This is what we have finally, decided to create. The Solved Skin, which is a solutions-first dermacosmetic brand on a mission to make Solved Skin a reality for everyone. What we're trying to deliver is real results for real people in a matter of few days that they can see and experience really well. How are we doing it? One, proprietary formulations. These have taken over a year and a half of R&D to get formulated. It's not third-party product that we've just sourced and packaged. We've created this from scratch to solve for the problem. Two, it has patented micronized technology, which allows us to give efficacy on the problem that we're targeting, and it is not available on any product in the market. Three, we are targeting all skin concerns and all parts of the cycle of the skin concern. So today we are launching with face wash and moisturizer, but I have 5 other products already ready, which I have licenses for, to solve for even the pigmentation left over by acne or the uneven texture that the acne leaves. This is the stage where we are at, the face wash and the moisturizer. Literally over the last few weeks, I was running around factories in Bhavandi and Daman and Diu to get these products together. They literally just flew in today from Mumbai. I got a friend to carry them along. So this is literally how fresh these are, and planning to launch very soon. It's literally the stage that I'm at is flying off the airplane and hoping that all the elements come down together with me. The Bullseye TG, one that I'm targeting, are the heavy and moderate sufferers, which honestly make up for 75% of the acne market. These people are honestly desperate for a solution. They're willing to try new things because they have tried so many things that haven't worked, but they still want to keep trying till they find something that would work for them because they just want it gone. And okay, they're willing to pay a premium for these solutions because they have tried a lot of products, 300-400 rupees ke, that have not worked for them. So they're happy to pay a premium for a product that they think would work. What they really want to see is real consumer, real experiences. They feel anxious, they feel helpless, and they feel like they are alone. So which is why we intend to build a community online to help navigate them through their journey. The best part about this consumer is they will stick to a solution if it works for them. So once we've acquired a consumer, we expect them to give us a significant long-term value because they're not going to go away anytime soon. This is the ask, looking to raise 2 CR to hit 30 to 40 lakhs MRR in 8 to 9 months. Average order value expected is around 1,000 because most people would buy a combination of face wash and moisturizer. Some may just buy individual products. GM is at 80% and CM1 is roughly at 67%. The rest of the numbers we will get actuals, but the major ask that I'm asking for is basis one, trying to build a team, two, marketing costs, and three, a little bit of a working capital block. That's where I'm at. 60 lakhs has already been committed and looking for more. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Exact revenue in January, February, March.
It's free product. Free revenue. Hey, congrats on the launch. So
thank you.
Just want to understand, how do you look forward to build trust? So we've all seen these kind of images, right? You would have also seen on hoardings, right? Or for example, you see weight loss images, dermatology, exactly. So it's very common, right? So how are you looking to really build that trust?
So first of all, my products actually work, right? That is the difference. And they work because they have been designed differently to work. And they work better than any product on the market right now, right? Yes, you're right, I need to build trust. But over a period of time, when you keep doing what you say you will do, as a brand, you build trust. So I understand brand building is not a one-day activity. It is something that takes time. However, consistency is what builds credibility, and that is what I'm looking to do. With real consumers, initially it will of course be through friends, family, extensions of that. I was telling Vinay today that I'm in Delhi, and Delhi aunties are people who will happily recommend products.
Yeah, but you can go. I think related to that, right? As somebody who had acne as a teenager, and teen acne very different from adult acne, how are you trying to solve this? Are you trying to solve this for a particular age group? Because skin varies dramatically.
So, this is what I want to actually thank you for asking this question. The skin may vary, but acne does not. No matter the underlying cause of acne, no matter what is leading to it, it could be stress, it could be hormones, it could be anything. What is happening on the skin stays the same. There is dead skin cells, which is combining with the excess oil that your body is producing, and that is leading to clogged pores. And within the clogged pores, because there is no oxygen, and there's a lot of food. Sebum and dead skin cells make for a great amount of food, right? Bacteria multiplies rapidly. And because that bacteria is multiplying, your body reacts to that bacteria by creating pus or inflammation through the white blood cells. This is fundamentally the science of what is happening on your skin topically. Now, what I'm doing with my product is that, one, I'm exfoliating these pores, opening up the clogged pores, and then my micronized technology, benzoyl peroxide, is entering into these pores and releasing oxygen. Because these bacteria cannot survive in oxygen, they die. And then they die. And with the soothing ingredients that I'm putting in to calm down inflammation, that inflammation calms down very rapidly. This is the science of what is happening on the skin. So structurally, no matter if you are a teenager with acne or an adult acne or hormonal cystic acne, whatever your underlying cause of acne is, it will be effective for everyone.
So if you're looking at brands who are solving for this today, for a teenage audience, it's only Clean and Clear really that's super targeted. For an adult, I think it's part of a larger portfolio of different brands, right? Other than maybe Cetaphil, which was the only one who said gentle cleansing. Who is your competitor brand that you're going after? I understand it's a broad base, but is there one that you think is very relevant?
So, actually Clean and Clear wala audience to thoda baad mein hi aayega. Because mass cosmetics, both pricing as well as availability is hard to match, right? The more important players, the more immediate competition is going to be, one, the other derma cosmetic players that are already in the market. But majority of those solutions, as I already explained, are ingredient first. So there is salicylic acid, there is niacinamide, there is retinol, individual solutions which are not as effective as the solution that I am giving, right? And because of that, one, I'll be able to take consumers from them very immediately because people have experienced those, they've used those and realize it's not working for them. So when a product does work for them, they will come on and stick to it. Sorry, I forgot. What was the second part of your question?
I was just asking, do you think at all the Cetaphil audience can relate to something like this or not?
Actually, Cetaphil is not effective. Cetaphil is just safe. So Cetaphil is so prevalent only because it's gentle, and people, because when they have acne, they're so scared of using anything because they're like, yaar, kuch bhi irritate kar dega, so I don't want that, right? Because they're so scared of using it, that's why they end up using Cetaphil, because it's just the safest. But it does nothing. It does not even provide a good cleanse, let alone actual efficacy on solving acne. So I think like once people realize that this is safe and gentle, I actually use these products in my postpartum. So that is how safe these products really are, right? It's just when people start experiencing it themselves and they realize how safe these are, that is when it will really like hit it.
How many consumers have tried your products so far?
So it's about 24. So it's still very early, but yeah, hoping to like hit that to a larger number.
Devanshi, great presentation, and I think you are really convinced with this. So my question to you, so my wife suffered from severe acne just before our wedding, and she freaked the shit out, right? But her go-to after that was not a brand or not something on Nykaa. She went straight to a dermatologist. The dermatologist did whatever they do. I don't know. There was a lot of medication, there were a lot of peels, there were a lot of facials or whatever it was. 3-4 months, completely done. Pre-wedding, she was absolutely fine. Now, if you're going after this medium to hard acne target market as you presented, then are you not competing directly against a dermatologist in that sense?
And
the flip question, so the GTM for you, as an example, could it not be, a dermatologist actually recommending your product? Would that not be the best way to go about it if that is the target segment?
So that's a very good question again, right? And this is something that I've debated, and I think I might actually try a couple of routes before I can fully answer that it's one way or the other. But the principle and the philosophy where I come from, right, is fundamentally that it should be easy. It should be easy to get rid of acne. It should be easy to solve these problems. I understand there are some parts of the problem which are not very easy to solve. For example, if you have scarring, that is not something that you can solve through topical products alone. But acne, you can solve through simple topical products, right? Why make it so complicated? Like that is the philosophy with which I come. And that is what I want to be able to offer to people at a very fundamental level. Yes, I will have to try out different routes before I can say कि नहीं एक ही सही रास्ता है. So I'm very open to that. So yes, there's no clear win there.
Just curious, have you ever tried targeting men with this solution?
I definitely want to target men, and so the cosmetic scientist who helped formulate these products, right? She's worked with brands like Paula's Choice and CeraVe in the past, and so she keeps doing this for a living. She makes products for brands, and her son used my product. And he has severe acne, and his acne just went away. And he's like, Mama, I never want to be without this product, right?
Yeah,
that is how it is. And that is the kind of audience I definitely want to target. क्योंकि एक 18 साल का लड़का 6 चीज़ें नहीं यूज़ करेगा, वो 3 चीज़ें भी नहीं यूज़ करेगा, तुम उसे 2 चीज़ें यूज़ करवा लो ना, वही बहुत बड़ी बात है. मगर अगर एक फेस वॉश से उसका acne चला गया, वो जिंदगी में कहीं नहीं हिल रहा.
Yeah.
Give it up for Devanshi, guys.
Thank you.
Wonderful job, wonderful job. सर भाभी जी अब तो ठीक है
7 साल हो गए यार इस बात को
but you still remember it, right? Good husband he is. Next up
we have very own Shararat from Avinash. Sorry, my bad. Avinash from Shararat, please, over to you.
As seen on Shark Tank, we have Shararat and Avinash. Please give it up for them. Thank you. I think most people are not there in the morning. I have to repeat that joke. So Shararat and us, we work on something together, and they're partners. तो पहली बार इसने जब अपने बताया कि मेरा ब्रांड का नाम शरारत है, तो मुझे लगा बच्चों के कपड़े हैं. और तब मेरी 1 साल की बेटी हुई थी, और मैंने कहा भेज दे, मैं ऑन बोर्ड कर देता हूँ, राइट? एंड आई टोल्ड माई फ्रेंड्स कि भाई मैं एक बेबी केयर में ब्रांड ले आऊँ कपड़ों का बच्चे. देन उसके कपड़ों का कैटलॉग आया, मेरी टीम ने बोला सर आप देख लो क्या है. देन आई रियलाइज इट वाज द प्रोसेस ऑफ गेटिंग इनटू द राइट. इट्स लाइक बच्चे से पहले क्या होना चाहिए, उसके बाद हम बाद में देखते हैं. Let's give it up for Shararat, guys. Avinash.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am the co-founder and CEO of Shararat. So, before I begin, I would like ki, if you recall last 15-20 years of your life, you will see ki life ke some of the best, beautiful moments have been with someone special. Whether it was your first date, your girlfriend, your partner or something. वो जो special moments है, वो बहुत limited है. And as a brand, we want to recreate those special moments more frequently. So as a brand, we are a D2C bedroom lifestyle brand for the millennial and Gen Z couples, and trying to add fun and spice to their beautiful love stories. And to set the context, can I have the controller? Yes. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. So to set the context, we have tried to define the romance journey of the couple in different phases. So the first phase is the exploration phase, which is generally for the Gen Z. 21 above, when you get into dating and all, उस time पे it's more of the emotional need you want to satisfy. The product requirements are more on the lifestyle, fragrances and all. As you move further in the commitment phase, the 25 to 30 age group, that's the phase the physical attraction is highest. You want to get more intimate. You tend to get committed and married. So, you select products accordingly. And moving further, which is the reconnection phase, the older Shah Rukh and Kajol phase, is the phase where, your priorities have changed. You're giving more time to the family or the work and all. So that's the phase the gap keeps coming in the relationship. So we want to cater to the entire journey of the relationship. And so while researching on this market, we discovered certain gaps. One, that the relationship monotony seeps in over a period of time. Second, there are very limited innovative products in the category. When you want to impress your partner, is usually roses le liye, cake le liya, the usual product, but very limited innovative products. Third is the discovery and pricing. That, if there are products maybe more expensive or available offline, or you have to travel abroad, so there is discovery issue. The offerings are very scattered. Not all the places can be found very easily. And last, that the experience is largely unbranded, because it's still largely a taboo topic when you talk about couple intimacy and all. So how we are trying to resolve this issue? By trying to become a one-stop destination for bedroom lifestyle needs of the couple. And this we are doing by offering a complete sensual experience on the 5 senses. So as of now, we are available in 3 senses category. The first one is the visual appeal, where you get lingerie and some couple costumes and all that. Second is the feel booster, about the feeling, in that we have some games, bondage products and all. Third is what we want to get into is the fragrances, that what you smell, which plays a very important role in impressing your partner. And the fourth is the consumable parts, where there could be aperitif chocolates or gummies, those kind of products. And the fifth is the auditory enhancer, so some sort of good music and all. So as of now, we have certain products in the 3 categories. To give you a glimpse of our catalog, so we have quite an extensive range in the bedroom wear. We got like baby doll dresses, cosplay costumes, teddies, and so about 200 styles are there, size inclusive and with good variety of colors. And we got about 16 SKUs in games accessories. Some are really interesting game. One being 50 Shades of Sharara, which had become quite popular post Shark Tank. This is about the traction. So we have completed 2 financial years of the brand. In the first year, we did about 2 CR of gross sales. Second year, we did about 4 CR. Talking of the unit economics, our net sale is about 820. So our gross margin is roughly about 63%. And the CM3 is about 18%. From the last 2 months, we have become EBITDA positive. Just breaking even, but we are EBITDA positive. And we are a 5 crore ARR company at the moment. And our inventory cover is usually of 2.5 months. One good part about this category that it's a non-returnable category. So by default, the customer returns are very limited. Only in some certain part of loungewear and all we get certain returns. So but overall, our customer returns are less than 12%. We are a 100% digital brand at the moment. So the designing is done in-house. For production, we work with third party. And for distribution, our central head of warehouse is in Noida. And we got a couple of warehouses across India. Our 70% business comes from marketplaces. We are available on all the leading ones. And 30% comes from our D2C website. Some of our stronger USPs are that, one, our entire story and positioning is around the couples. It's not just a female brand. So we have got certain products which can be used by both the partners. The experience is more wholesome. Second, we are a category first brand to appear in the tank. So it has brought the right kind of traction to the brand. Our vision is to become a one-stop destination so that our stickiness with the consumer and their lifestyle needs can be better. We got about 15 registered trademarks, so which gives us the IP backing to diversify into other category. And last but not the least, we are a value for money Indian brand. So being, our main target audience is the aspirational middle class who want to try out these things, but usually are, do not have the right option to explore such options. Moving further. So instead of showing you the typical TAM and all, we thought let's share certain interesting insights around our category. One, that about 40% of our population is middle class, who is becoming more aspirational, especially post-COVID. People want to spend. Social media exploded like anything. And another thing, that about 1 crore wedding happens annually in India. So just imagine the size of the market. And you don't find many brands catering to that, that's 3 years of couple lifestyle where, you can have the right kind of products for the couple, for the first night, honeymoon, or, pre-wedding, post-wedding. So we want to be a go-to brand for such market. Another being that being part of the innerwear industry, about 50% of the market is relevant for us. Another complementary categories around that space is sexual wellness market, which is about $2 to $3 billion. And fragrance is another complementary category which we want to diversify into, is again a $3 billion market. In last few years, the online dated market has grown phenomenally. It's reached almost $783 million. And on the right side, I've showed certain customer cohort. At times, people just come once, buy one product. So the things you see, like all our products go in this kind of gift hamper. The smaller box is for single product deliveries. The larger one is for a gift hamper of about like 5,000, 8,000. So we get both set of customers in our cohorts. Talking of the competition, so since our primary product as of now is fashion, so we have showed that landscape. So on the x-axis, it's about the usage of the product. Is it a day-to-day product or more on the aspirational side? On the y-axis, you see the positioning and the targeting. Is it for masses or the luxury? So we are more of a mass premium brand. So how we see is that there are brands like Victoria's Secret, Hunky Mola, or Ann Summer. So the best we related with the Ann Summer, which does about like 1,000 crore revenue globally. So we want to be the India counterpart of a brand like Ann Summer. So this brand is co-founded by me and my partner. We collectively have about 30 years of experience. I'm a graduate of Symbiosis and I'm Calcutta. And my partner's family business has been of fashion. So it's a small team at the moment, about 8 members, very frugal. And we have been backed by some accomplished angel, including Anurag of Pilgrim, Saurabh Gar, No Broker, and also very senior folks of Future Group have recently invested in our venture. And this is our history. So we did a small friends family round in March 2022 of about 75 lakh. In next 1 year, we onboarded all the right marketplaces to establish our online distribution. Last year, we did another round of 50 lakh on a convertible. And in March, we appeared on Shark Tank. Going forward, we want to do a 50 lakh MRR by next month. Last month, we did about 43 or so. And September, we want to, especially before the wedding season, we want to introduce our fragrances so that we can, tap the coming wedding market. By January, we want to become a 1 crore MRR company, provided we do the right fundraising, because we want to capitalize on the wedding market, so that thing is possible. And once we have achieved that milestone, then we want to experiment a bit with the offline market by getting into some partnership with wedding stores and those kind of things. We are looking to raise about $500,000 rupees. And primarily this money we need to expand our category a bit to launch this 5 senses gift hamper, particularly for the wedding season. Another being that on the marketing, we are spending very limited on the marketing on the website. We do about like 13-15% only. So we want to go more aggressive on that front. For our category, our sense is that surrogate style marketing will work better. Instead of promoting on the face, you promote your complementary product like fashion, fragrances and all, and communicate the idea of the brand. Now we want to get into quick commerce also, because they are also opening a fashion marketplace, and since it's a kind of an impulsive buying product, so that's a right channel for us. And team building, so as I said, we are very frugal at the moment, so that's something we want to build upon. And last is the offline. So yeah, so our motto is that we want the couple especially to stay naughty and stay happy, because that's what keeps the families happy. And we feel if the couple bonding can be improved, especially by right kind of experience, so then the entire family can stay happy. Thank you. Yeah. Our slides usually is a wake up morning for everyone, but yeah.
Jury, all yours.
Please.
Can you just help us understand how much of your sales is gifting versus for self-use?
Okay, so one interesting insight which we have seen on our website that almost 50% of buyers are males, and though majority of our products are used by females, so our sense is like almost 30 to 40% is used as a gifting to your partner. Besides, if we talk especially of the hampers, so of the overall sale, there will be about like 15 to 18% of the website business where people are especially buying this large sizes hampers. So these are the two things we have seen. And another fact to add that we see a good number of buying coming from tier 2 towns or like Jaipur, Surat, Lucknow, those kind of town also. We are seeing good buying from. Yeah, so our repeat rate on website is about 18% at the moment. And so that's one of the reasons that we want to add more product categories in our space, because our sense is that people buy it on a special occasions, but to make it part of their day-to-day lifestyle, we want to have products like fragrances and also that they can see our product on a day-to-day basis and become the go-to place that whenever they start their relationship journey, especially after college, 21 and all, that Sharara should be the go-to brand. That's how I want to gift my partner, and we stay there till at least they become 40 plus or so.
And how does the sourcing work, since you have like a whole array of...
Sure. So fashion sourcing is still sorted. We are based in Noida. So the fabric and apparel ecosystem well developed on that side. Meerut is another. So thanks to Clovia, they are based out of Noida. So they have developed that ecosystem very well. So fashion is very much sorted. Games and all that, we have worked with few design houses who have designed this 50 Shades of Sharara, those kind of games. For consumables and all, we will be getting, partnering with some domain expert who understand the space and get into it. Likewise for fragrances also. As of now, our core categories, fashion and accessories.
So how much inventory would you have at the moment?
So we usually keep about 2 to 2.5 months of cover with us.
Okay.
Of the monthly sale.
And MRR was last month?
So last month we did 43 lakh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What are your key hero categories today?
So in our overall category, baby doll dresses are hero category, which contributes about 30 to 35% of our sales.
And what's the alternative that consumers wanting this category? What else can they buy?
So one thing we have seen that recently we introduced one Red Room collection on our website, which has a combination of a lot of costumes, male, female, these kind of gift accessories. So that thing is getting good traction. So we want to expand that category, which is like a little bolder and which is not easily available also. So in that one. So competition, if you talk of only like baby doll dresses as a whole, you can find these products on Zivame, Clovia also does it, and also. But what they don't do is we are like a core category in intimate wear. Like for instance, they do not have anything for the man. They don't have gift hampers like these. And so our solution is more wholesome. And on the idea of gifting we are playing. So their strength is more on the lingerie and comfort wear and all. We are playing on this part. So there are very limited players who are taking this. My Muse is one brand who has started with sexual wellness product, but they are now also diversifying into wellness and other complementary category. Yeah.
एक बात बता, जब क्रिएटिव बन रहे होते तो बच्चे तो जब क्रिएटिव बन रहे होते तो बच्चे तो कहीं और रहते होंगे.
पर आपने मुझे बहुत मोटिवेट करा है कि मुझे पोस्ट किड्स कलेक्शन भी अच्छा से लॉन्च करना पड़ेगा.
बच्चों का भी शरारत. चलो, गुड फॉर यू मैन, गुड फॉर यू, गुड फॉर यू. Guys, you know where to buy it now, right? For all you guys.
So we have Steve.
Oh yeah,
Straight from Tokyo.
Share from Tokyo. The next presenter is, please give it up for Steve from Share Salon. And it's a proud moment for us कि बाहर से लोग आके यहाँ पे present कर रहे हैं. Steve, the stage is all yours.
All the best.
Good afternoon, everybody. I will start by introducing my co-founder, Mohit Prashant from Bangalore.
After a particular age, then it starts.
So many of you know me for Sky Beauty, but today I'm not going to talk about my D2C beauty brand, because since I started coming to India in the past 6 months, I came across an opportunity that is truly wonderful. So today I'm going to talk about something which is innovative, truly scalable, has multiple formats, multiple pricing, and we have the team to do it. So what I'm going to talk about, if you can imagine a co-working space, it could be like a WeWork for freelance stylists, and then an app to connect those stylists and the consumers. So payments and reservations, curating the stylists, doing reviews, training and education. Here I show you a few examples of 2 chains in Japan. Both of them are venture funded, have a couple hundred locations. And the basic idea is you have partitions or semi-private spaces that allow the freelance stylists to work with their own customers. The problem we address is a lot of people want to be their own stylist, but they don't necessarily want to work for a big salon chain. But that takes money for rent, equipment, product. They need a marketing budget. It's a pain to schedule people when you're on your own. So we solve that for them. And I'm going to rush through things and skip through that because it's self-evident. But we also focus on the consumer. In this case, even in India, the quality varies across the country, even within chains, region by region. It's also hard to find the right person, somebody that you think is an expert or great at conversation or what have you. And also it's not very personalized. So this too we solve. But I'm going to skip this part. So in terms of the business model, there are several revenue streams. One is the monthly or fixed rental. You rent a chair or more. There's a revenue share or commission. We will even, and I will show you a pricing menu with spot rates, and we will be selling product to the stylist and to the consumer. So it's even a kind of embedded D2C model. To kind of give you an idea of how this will work, I show Naturals, which is, by some accounts, the largest chain in India, but only strong in the south. I also show Urban Company, which sends stylists to the home. And I've approached both of them about investment and cooperation and all, and I've kind of learned their weaknesses, which makes me even more optimistic about what we're going to do. So for example, with the salon chains, they have a fixed investment, a lot of employees. They tend to be very inefficient, so maybe 3-4 people on average per chair per day. They have problems with training and retention, quality, franchising, and so forth. Or like Urban Company, by contrast, they do send people to the home, but they have an image problem. They tend to do like facials and massages, not hair products, very low price. It's very problematic. So we address and solve issues of both of those companies. I also show you, I talked to Luzo, which is an app, but they basically just make reservations for consumers, and they give 30-40% discounts. There's an app in the US which focuses on the stylist and rents out this space. We're getting into, I talked about a variable format. So when we look at this, we will do a primary tenant where we have our flagship, where we sign like a year lease, build it out. It could be 4, 8, 10, 20 chairs. But we're also going to do shop and shops, where it will be much less risk and cost for us. And I've been talking with WeWork, we approach CureFit, Shopper Stop, and so this is becoming very real very quickly. Here I show a pricing menu. I took one of the Japanese chains, I converted it to rupees. It doesn't have GST in it. But what it shows is you can have a fixed monthly amount and a revenue share, typically 20%. You can also do a spot rate. So what this means is with this kind of pricing, I could do anything from a palace in Mumbai, Delhi, what have you, to tier 4, where I have somebody who has 50 rupees and wants to rent a chair for an hour. So it's very flexible. In terms of experience, I've been working cosmetics for 35 years. I even have associations with India for 30. I have a track record of building brands from zero to large amounts very quickly. In the past 20 years, I've been focused on natural products, so natural, organic, vegan, eco-friendly, long before it was fashionable. I've known Mohit now about 3 months, and he has about 20 years of wonderful salon experience. He's probably one of the top guys in India to know salons. So if you can imagine, I have 35 years. In the next 10, 15 years, we'll fill out his box, and it's going to be India, Dubai, England, Singapore. So we'll start in India. I'm going to try and go 0 to 60 million in 5 years. We think confidently that we can get to about a 30% operating margin. I'm going to skip through. Again, it's pre-revenue concept, but as we work on the model, we will be focusing on individual stylists. We'll also look at the salons and as a total business. I'm now looking for about 200,000 for 20% to get started. And I have at least 2 parties that might match it, including WeWork, and including a major Japanese shampoo brand. We actually had an investor 2 months ago that was going to put 500,000, but they kind of went silent after their year end in Bangalore. We'll use the money to develop the brand, the back office, the apps, to begin sourcing and training and so forth, and then to go to market. And we're going to start with Bangalore with 1 flagship and 3 or 4 prototypes, including, I think, WeWork Galaxy in Bangalore. So you know Mohit and I'm looking for a woman who could either be the chief marketing person or the president of India, as well as I'm also looking for tech help in India. Thank you. The last thing I want to give you is just a preview of how the brand might look and feel. So it may have a kind of Japanese, Scandinavian look with slats and wood. And we're in WeWork Galaxy, and I'm taking an apartment in Bangalore as well so that I can walk to work for the next 2 years. Thank you.
One of the key sources of competition or source of growth is there are unorganized neighborhood salons which are run by entrepreneurs themselves. How do you solve for that gap?
Well, the way we can roll this out, and of course we're going to design it to be scalable, but we're going to do it 1 street, 1 neighborhood at a time. So we will get to know who are the individual salons or the chains, who are the stylists in the area. And so it'll begin just a very, in the short run, very personal, very localized.
Just to add to this, we are saying we are renting our salon. So, those stylists, the customers actually, they have a parlor. Most of the time, customers are not very comfortable to go to a parlor where they are going. So, they also want an experience in the salon. So, they are also getting an opportunity to rent their space in our salon.
We actually think that it will be easy to take employees from Naturals or from Urban Company. I've also talked with people in India that there's a problem, like if you have small one-off salons, they're typically dependent on 1 stylist. When that person leaves, they lose their business. So there's this guy I know here in Delhi, he has a business in India now, recruiting and training and sourcing, especially for tier 3, tier 4 salons that are like onesies, twosies. So the more I look, I mean, the opportunities, it's really exciting.
In here, are we estimating or expecting that the stylist will draw the crowd in, or who's going to market this? Who's going to pull that crowd in? Because I'm not sure who these stylists are, but my assumption, an Urban Company stylist, I'm not entirely sure if they have the kind of pull to get crowds in, because he's I forget the name of some that fancy barber, the Bollywood. Correct. Javed Habib, right?
Okay.
Like that I can understand. But I don't know if in India you have those kind of stylists that can draw or pull a crowd, or you're so particular, at least for men, maybe for women there might be, that there's a particular person who I have to go to, and if that person moves to the shared place, that's where I'll go.
Okay, so part of what we're going to offer the stylists is not only the space, the equipment, the product, and so forth, but we're going to be training and developing them as both a stylist and as a business person, right? So training and education is going to be a big part of it. We're also going to treat the salons as kind of a community space, even with an event space. So we will have frequent things to develop their business. And we will also be helping with Shopify, SEO, all kinds of services to help the stylists grow their business.
With respect to salons, I think I still understand the proposition because I agree experience is very varied and people are trying to upgrade and everything. But with urban company, especially the people that I know who use it, typically use it because they don't want to step out. They want the service at home or at a certain point in time, which is last minute, urgent, traveling tomorrow morning, want to get done with something kind of thing. And they may not necessarily be loyal to a particular makeup artist or a particular masseuse or salon artist, anybody. So I don't know about the urban company piece. How are you guys?
I don't want to reveal too much about their business, but they're doing okay. But they do better with water purifier and doing your plumbing and whatever. So they have about 200,000 very mass consumers for beauty, about 100,000 medium price, and about 30,000 kind of paying 2,300, 400 rupees. So that's really tiny. And most of that is facials and massages. So they're doing very little with hair cutting, hair coloring, styling, very little with high-end skin care. So I think they will continue to do well, but I think we're going to be doing much more premium, much bigger. I've also asked them, for example, because I've already met a couple dozen, mostly women, some men, that work both for a salon chain and an urban company, right? And I asked them, do you enforce your policy that you can only work for urban companies? So a lot of people are doing both. So we may even cooperate with their 25, 30,000 stylists. So sometimes people want it in the home, sometimes they could come. And that's the beauty of what we're doing is it's very personalized. It's like one of the guys I met in Bangalore has a wonderful calendar app, right? That you can put on your Instagram and your Facebook and your WhatsApp. So we will do things that really make it easy for the consumer and their stylist to figure out when and where they get the service. So it could be at home, it could be at the office. Okay. I think I'm finished.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to the lovely presentation.
Soumya from Confetti Gifts from the gifting category.
Soumya, the stage is all yours. Please give us Soumya, guys. Soumya from Confetti Gifts.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. So this is the first time I'm pitching in, so I think I had a contemplation between should it be art, heart or business. And I think that's where it comes in, that I'm going to keep it very simplified and keep it very simplified and just put it in 4 points. Why first I started this, confetti and my journey through with it, a little bit numbers and beyond numbers, and the whole aspiration, what I'm looking forward towards in the future. I think everyone that we know someday has bought a gift, right? So this is something that does not come very new to us. It is very universal, available everywhere. You can pick whatever you want. That might give some problem statements to this space and industry. While thinking about this industry as being very diverse and huge in its own sense, it consists of 2.5 lakh crores and can distribute in corporate gifting, wedding gifting, and so many more things that we gift and can't put a number on it. There are a lot of challenges that people face with gifting. While I speak of it, there are people who are confused of what to gift. They have time constraints. They are buying a gift at a last minute, so not being very thoughtful around it. Maybe buying cakes and flowers for that reason, because that's the only thing that's available last minute. So these are the top challenges that we're addressing. And that's where confetti came in place in 2020 when I started this. With pure passion, nothing else, no experience. Started it right after completing my undergrad and postgrad. While I come from a family background, I was completely focused on developing something which is my own, which gives me independence of decision making and give me a place where I have proven myself, gotten a validation for myself, and that's when it struck me that this is one thing that I'm good at and I've been doing it for all those years, and why not bring something new to the table? So yeah, that has been the journey of me and confetti. While we speak that there are so many challenges in the world about choosing a gift, it's intense, it's an emotional thing. While you're buying something, you're spending your money. Are you getting something back in return, or you just want the value to be showcased there? That's the whole question. And confetti come in place where it's making gifting easier in the holistic process of defining how to choose a gift, defining how the personalization options are relevant to the kind of person that you're giving it to, and giving out gifts that you've never seen before, which are our in-house curations, and you might not have any other alternative options available throughout the internet. We're doing for gifting what Apple did for iPhones, Nike did for shoes, and Uber did for cars. So the whole purpose is to define gifting in a service-oriented space and solving a holistic problem by giving it a platform for customers to use. Now with gifting, there are the network effect is huge because the industry is huge. With the network effect that we speak, the moment that we have a lot of options available for the customers, there are more customers engaging into the platform, we broaden our vendor base, through which we get in a better negotiation since we're anyways engaging to more customers, and at the end of the day, the transactions have been increased. So network cycle definitely makes the whole effect go huge and scalable, the way that we spoke of the other companies who have excelled in their fields. And we have catered to different verticals. We're growing towards different verticals. I started with personal gifting, moved towards corporate gifting, and this year we're launching wedding gifting. The whole process I want to take you through of how we defined the personal gifting in an innovative space. While we speak of personal gifting as dominated by cakes and flowers, we launch cakes and flowers but in a different way so that they're not perishable anymore. Now people get a sense of the product, they get the whole celebration feel with cakes and flowers, but rather it's more value oriented, what actually people look for in a gift, that it comprises of max value, what people are seeing, the perceived value is the highest point of decision making. For corporate gifting, we have served 1,000 plus corporate clients, 5 lakh above gifts that we have sent out, 25,000 personalized products, and 99% on-time delivery is what we have given to the corporate clients. And this is what creates a massive difference in the space, because corporate gifting in itself is very non-professional space, because it's just about putting logos onto bags and bottles. And that's what we're trying to change and making it more thoughtful. We're also introducing a whole new range of wedding gifting. We've done wedding gifting of Vicky Kaushal and Katrina Kaif's wedding, and now we're trying to expand the range towards a more premium targeting of wedding gifting and the whole wedding segment. So there's a proper flow. You'll see a lot of changes in the whole annual revenue and distribution. In the first year of inception, we made about 3 crores. In the second year, we had a COVID boost and we made 10 crores. Now we're at 6 crores, and there's a very strong reason behind it, which I'm going to discuss moving forward. Our major segregation is towards corporate gifting and then a part of personal gifting. Now, when I speak of the numbers and what happened in 2021 while we excelled and we created the numbers too high, was of course there was a COVID boost that we got. The corporate companies were gaining a lot of investment while they were investing onto these spaces, employee engagement activities and so on and so forth. There was a COVID boom, and the higher focus of our team was in developing systems and processes which are strengthening our backbone for today. That scalability becomes easier and completely accessible to us for the future, because for us we're very dominant in terms of it's a labor intensive task. It's packing, you need to have infrastructure ready, and there are so many things that we try to invest on before we moved in and take a leap towards the future and making it aim towards a 100 crore brand in the future. We have a conversion percentage of 13% and above for corporate clients, and the leads that we get for personal gifting, it's close to 1%. We've had, this is yearly data, we've had around 6 lakh people visiting our website, visiting our website. And the metrics when we speak of, our average order value comes to close to 2,000 rupees with a gross margin of 60%. Our CAC remains at 800 and returning customer rate is 10%. While you see the average order value of corporate clients are quite higher, the gross margins definitely are dipped down because of the volume that we get from them. And returning customer rates is higher because it's a direct interaction and we deal with direct clients and not the aggregators. Some of the reviews and some of the feedbacks that we've gotten through our corporate clients and our personal gifting customers, these are the brands that we've worked with for corporate gifting. We have had an extensive portfolio of brands that we've worked with because we tried to give a differentiation in corporate gifting industry while most of the brands were working on the mundane, the regular, everyday products. The basic fundamentals of our growth and where we are going to move forward is by introducing more products, making sure that we get into quick commerce, and defining our corporate solutions to be more intense and user-friendly for people. We've also launched a corporate gifting website to make the transaction very seamless and very easy, which reduces the whole manual process of an HR admin or a marketing person to negotiate, discuss, and take through the whole process while this is not their primary job. This come out as an additional job that they have to do because of all the events that are coming in. Now, we definitely focus very strongly on the culture of the team. We make sure that it's very inclusive, and we are a young bunch of people who are working. The age group is from 25 to 30-year-old mostly. And my background is that I studied innovation management and entrepreneurship from University of Manchester and started this right after. So there's no much about background to give. Now, Confetti aspires to be a thoughtful gifting brand which is accessible to most people in a span of minutes. And I wanted to be 100 crores in the next 2 years. That's the goal. While we could have the proof of concept for the gifting space in the first 2 years of inception, we aim to scale it with creating better infrastructure and investing more on the people, the packaging units, and developing more products, which is centered around design and development in-house so that it creates a differentiation for the brand. Where I need you all is for the guidance of the whole growth journey. I want to understand the right path to move forward because we have gotten that strong statement from the customers of they love the product, but the scalability becomes a challenge. And that's where I need you all to help. The whole purpose is to change the way how people think about gifting. Yeah. The whole purpose is to think about how can we change the way people think of gifting, because I was just having conversations with people here and everyone struggles to think about the right gift. It's a painful journey. And while gifting is such a happy moment, happy occasion, everything related to it is celebration, and still we're so stressed about what to gift. This is how I want to simplify the whole journey for the customers and make it better for them. Thank you.
सौम्या, मेरे लिए भी कुछ गिफ्ट है क्या? देखो मैं बहुत बेशर्म आदमी हूँ, मैं पूरी की पूरी ब्राइब ले लेता हूँ. इसमें कोई शर्मा शर्मी नहीं है मुझे.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, don't worry about it.
जूरी के लिए कोई ब्राइब देना बात है, but jury all yours. Any questions?
So for the corporates, you said 10% of repeats, right?
For corporates, 27%.
For corporates, it's 27%. Okay. Overall, it's 10%.
Only for personal gifting, it's 10%, which is a personal gifting website, D2C website.
Why do you think that is? As in, why do you think it's not a little higher, like a 20 or 30, or even matching your corporate?
Right. I think because over the years there have been a lot of competition that has come in the place, and also I feel that once a person buys a gift, for the next time that they want to buy a gift, they want to do something different, completely different. They don't want the similar product to be given to the same person, right? So that's why I think while you give a gift, you need to create a completely new range of products in order to get your customer back for personal gifting, while corporates retain for a longer time.
Soumya, I have like 3-4 questions. One, what are these type of gifts, right? So I was just scrolling through your website. You have flowers, you have, at least it looks like flowers and cakes. You said they're not typical flowers
Yeah.
and cakes, so what are they? You have a bunch of boxes where you're basically accumulating stuff. There's wine that I can see, there's a speaker I can see. So what are these categories of gifts that you offer, right?
Right. So the categories are very broad. It deals in every sort of occasion, but the core part of the product comes in emotion-led gifting. While let's say you are a person who loves pizza a lot, right? So there'll be a box completely designed for a pizza lover in creating the design differentiation, the conversation that's having with the product. So it's completely centered around the conceptualization of the hamper, of which target audience should it target to. It has its niche, and that's why we launched in cakes and flowers, where the customization can happen on the top of the boxes, and the cakes remain a differentiating factor by not having a generic cake as we do usually.
Sorry. So yeah, so the customization is on the box. It is
Customization in on different products. Not every product has personalization, but there are a lot of products, about 40% of the products have personalization. You can do name personalizations, or there are a lot of text customizations that you can do. You can put images on certain products where we
but
give
it's
a preview.
a cake, right? It's like khane wala cake. Hi hai.
No,
Nahin.
it's a
Kya hai?
box. It's a box which looks like a cake. So you get a perceived value with the products that are kept inside, because people are going low calorie, right? They don't want 10 cakes on their birthdays coming in.
Okay.
They want,
It's
you
a box
anyways.
that looks like a cake.
Yes,
And
it's
box
a-
ke andar it could have anything.
Anything, any products, chocolates, something that you can use for a longer time, because cakes anyways go out and you don't
Okay.
want to eat a lot
Understood.
of cakes. That's all. And same goes with flowers.
Understood.
So it's a new category that I'm trying to develop with the products and gifting.
Second, you rightly said something that sometimes this is a very last minute kind of a thing, right? Now, when it's last minute, I don't know if I'm going on to confetti and ordering. It's not like Blinkit, right? It will
Yeah.
come in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
How are you solving for that?
That's the major challenge. However, we've solved it for 24 hours in few locations, which is Bangalore, Bombay, and Delhi, and Jaipur, of course, since we're there from that city. So we'll be delivering in 24 hours, but those products would be non-personalized products, only
Personalized
that we're
is how
stocking
long?
up. Personalized is somewhere about 3 to 8 days, depending on where are you.
So how is that different from what guys like the Gift Studio are doing?
Because we don't curate hampers from the brands that we take products from. That's not the holistic core of the brand. Because anyone can copy that. There's no restriction to entry in the market.
Correct.
So what we do is we create our designs in-house. We create our products in-house. Only 30% products are from these brands. Rest everything is either white labeled or our design-centric approaches of how the box should look like, how the product should look like, and what are the quality of the products that we should keep in the hamper. So it's completely under our control.
Okay. Last question. Sorry, Apurva. Last one. This 2021 thing was an FY
Yes,
2021
FY
peak. Did that peak have anything to do with the Vicky Cat wedding?
No.
Which was in
that
December
happened in
21?
December. No. So our major market or major sales happen in the Diwali time for corporate gifting, because that's when we get the highest peak, and during the New Year time.
How much was corporate out of that 10 crores?
It was somewhere around 6.5 crores.
65%.
Yeah, it always has been a majority for us. And while Vicky Katrina wedding happened, we had to sign an NDA and we could not disclose it till the next 3 months. So it was anyways a longer time. The whole financial year has gone by.
Got it. And corporate gifting, I'm assuming, how is that different from the typical mugs and bottles and wallet card holder things that we get?
So let's say a company wants to make their employee feel a little valued, and they've been working hard throughout, let's say, a quarter, and it's a quarter end gifting. So we create a conceptual box of, let's say, a stress buster box. So it's thought around the whole concept of what the company's purpose is of gifting, and then the curation is defined. It's not a catalog basis that you can just simply go and buy except on the website, but while you have some volume, we discuss and we create products basis on their purpose of gifting.
Give me an example. Now. Pick a company and give me an example of what you did.
Right. So let's say there was a company, I'll give you a recent company, Novo Nordisk. So we had to give them a hamper for a new joinee kit, and while they wanted, the whole purpose or the whole theme of the year for them was mental wellness. So they came to us defining that anyone joining the company should know the core value of our company, which is that we focus on the mental wellness of the company. So we had certain products in the hamper which included a adult coloring book, which had some sketch pens, a stress buster ball, some bubbles that you can burst. It's just an additional product that we added. Bath salts for calming their muscles anytime that they want to relax, and products like that. So it essentially caters to the core purpose of gifting and not just putting value in a gift hamper.
Got it. Cool.
One from me, and this goes back to repeats. I think I agree with you that when I'm gifting, at least to the same person, I don't want to go back to the same place. How do you deal with that?
Yeah.
Because and the other pattern, at least with me personally, is if I find something that's cool, 4 or 5 people are getting it that year.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm coming back to that place that year. So I don't know how.
I completely agree to the fact, and for the same reason, we go back to the network effect where we need to create more curations, where we need to target more occasions. While we have a better source and people have the need to come back to different range and different category of products like we just saw in cakes and flowers, it's a completely new category. While seeing the product, you'd not recognize कि यही मैंने पहले देखा था और यही मुझे पहले मिला था, while you see a different hamper. So the shapes and sizes, the packaging types, everything needs to be innovated more frequently in order for the customer to get more products, more relevance of different occasions and different relationships that they want to give it to.
Got it. And how frequently do you think you change your collection?
Every month we have to add some of the other products and remove some of the products. It's a very, I would say, long or recurring NBD process.
Yeah.
It's too intensive. You need to define it better, and that's why I personally look into it, of what products should be launched, how the design is, and that's where my expertise comes in. We're trying to solve individual problems of gifting by simplifying it in some of the other way. The same example goes on to cakes and flowers again, because that's a familiar concept for people.
Yeah.
And adding innovative approach of making it a box and adding some unique products gives the two easy concept of familiarity and innovation together, which makes it an easy buy option. Right? So these are the challenges that we're solving for both personal and corporate, and adding it to the range of wedding gifting, because it has not been professionalized, or things are still more scattered throughout the local market for wedding gifting than to keep it a little more geographically stabilized, is what we're trying to do.
Because the other aspect to this is, for example, a basic gift that a lot of people will give people is something like Theobroma brownies.
Yeah.
It's classic,
Yeah.
right? Typically, every brand will have one line which is a classic, which everybody knows will be used as well as gifted.
Yeah.
Do you have a source of revenue like that also, or does this just keep churning?
So see, recently, I'll give you an example. There's a product that we launched which is a wallet card. Now, wallet card is a personalized product where you can put your photo on it and a little engraving at the back, and you can keep it in your wallet as a memoir for people who want to just savor that relationship. Right? So that product we launched in about 4 months back. It is still going at the same pace. ROAS of 15 it has given us in the first month. Still, it's giving a ROAS of 7. So I believe that there are hero products in every form. I think those 20% of your hero products always goes on, and there are furthermore examples of it. Certain products will always pick up, and the newer curations we definitely pick up a lot. Let's say in flowers, there's a particular category or particular color that will work really well. That 20% of it would go on pretty well, and that 80% would be more about understanding the market and customer behavior.
Maybe you can try like a D2C insider goodie bag as well. Like this guy's sampling.
Yeah, I mean, that was the question, right? Gifting is so vast. What do you sample? It's not one product. It's not from the collection of 10 products. It's a collection of 5,000 products. How do I pick one and then cater to it? That has been the whole point.
The last one, what was your last month revenue and what was the funding ask?
40 lakh was the last month revenue, and funding ask, see, the whole purpose of being here and pitching in was not majorly funding and getting to raise revenue or some funds, but it was majorly about getting the guidance of how to grow this up. That was the whole purpose. It's more about the hours that I need than the amount. So I think it's going to be 5% equity with some hours, which is more negotiable than discussed.
I don't know how to rate that. Okay, take it. Thank you.
Yeah, I have one question. What is your average order value for a single unit in a corporate gifting order?
1,500.
And what is your payment cycle in a
So we take advance from all the corporate clients. It's always 50% advance and then 50% in 30 days.
In 30 days.
Yeah. That too also with an existing client. Whenever new client comes in, it's more advanced, 100% advanced before the dispatch. So it's not later than that. So our cash flows are pretty more stagnant. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
सौम्या अगले ब्रांड से देखो उन्होंने मुझे ऑलरेडी लालच दे दिया सो coming to the last brand for the evening and like you seeing that I'm also enjoying their products right I feel like a jury today right किसी ने तो मुझे बोला कि आपको आपके लिए लाया हूँ बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है please give it up to Pistachia team sir all yours भाई इनको एक मिनट ज़्यादा देना हम here What do you have? Last.
Is that it?
Different packaging options that we have. Recently introduced.
Sorry, package is gone out.
Should I start?
Which one is what? Can you just tell us?
Sorry. Okay, so the white one is Rabdi Malai, our best seller. What we have in hand is Kesar Pista. There is a mango and there is rosemary. Hi, Mike. Hi, can we give some spoon to them? Spoons.
I have sugar so
Do you have these spoons? No, those are empty pots, just for like yes. Okay, perfect. Hi, I am Parth Kesarwani and I am going to talk through Pistachia. So what is the best dessert that you have memories of? I mean, for me, it is, the age-old kulfis that I have grown up eating in Allahabad. So, yep, so that's there. When we moved to Bombay, I mean, in like 2005, that is something which is, we missed coming to Bombay. And so that is something which we missed coming to Bombay. And then the idea came upon that we should do something about it. And we have a very humble beginning where my mother started from her own kitchen and then worked with a startup who was kind of curating the home chefs, and that is how it started. It is, I mean, fast forward, it is post-COVID that we kind of decided to take the brand forward and kind of take our products to more people possible.
So who we are? So Pistachia is a family-owned brand which is focusing on frozen Indian dessert. So we craft artisan-style premium kulfis and other sweets with a modern twist, creating an authentic, memorable, and multi-sensory experience for everybody. So what we do, kulfis contribute more than 80% of our revenue. So we do kulfis in a stick, we do sliced kulfis, we do earthen pots. A lot of players do ceramic pot kulfis, but we thought it is best enjoyed when you serve it in an earthen pot. We also do beverages, which is quite popular in Bombay. So we have masala milk, kesar badam thandai, and then we also do lacha rabdi, then some other sweets. Okay, so the problem, the situation what we have is there is an absence of a strong brand. We cannot think of a strong kulfi brand, though we can think of a number of ice cream brands, but there are no strong kulfi brands right now. There are regional and local players, but they have not been able to build the brand or grow it. There is also lack of innovation. What most people still do is a malai kulfi or a kesar pista kulfi, or there are local players who do fruit flavors, but yeah, those are individual pop and mom shops. So there is limited access. When you want to have a kulfi, you will have to for example, in Delhi, you want to go to a Chandni Chowk, right? Or in a Bombay, you want to go to a Parsi dairy for a good kulfi. So those are major players. There is also a preconceived notion where a westernized set of mindset where people feel that kulfi is uncool, while ice cream is a cool product. So the solution, again, keeping the essence, we worked on the Indian dessert. What we focused on is the quality. We focus on the recipe, authenticity, and we are constantly bettering our offering for different settings. We also look at the brand identity part because, with the quality and with the innovative flavors, we also wanted to work on the brand identity so that we can reach out to widest possible audience, including the youngsters. So the target consumer for us is urban consumers about 25 years of age who have grown up eating good quality kulfi but do not find it readily now as they have moved to bigger cities. People who are below 25 years of age who are drawn to branding and packaging and end-to-end experience that they look at. Families and individuals who value tradition and ready to embrace twist on the classic flavors. And then there are caterers and food establishments who want to serve premium Indian desserts. Consumer profile, yes, everybody, we plan to target young millennials and Gen Z who are drawn to packaging and the novelty, then the nostalgic adults as well as migrant families. Competitive advantage, superior ingredient, we don't use any milk powder in our product. Then the recipe and the technique. Then we also look at the brand identity part where we have made it fun and has a sensory experience. Our mode. So this is we have taken the kulfi first approach. While most brands have taken the ice cream first approach, we thought of let's take the kulfi first approach coupled with other complementary options. Then we have the brand identity, recipe, exceptional customer experience is something which we always look forward to. And then continuous innovation in flavors, packaging, and offerings to remain ahead of the competition. The team, so it was thought of and started by my parents, where my mother played the most important role in coming up with the recipes. My father, Umesh Kesarwani, he looked at the operations and marketing and some part of brand building as well. I personally, I'm a computer science professional having a corporate experience, worked with a number of IT companies and IBs. I quit 1.5 years back to take this brand forward. So Okay, financials. So last year we did an annual sale of 1.2 CR, where our gross margin is 49% and we made a profit of 31.4%. Just going back, post-COVID in the year, financial year 21-22, we did a revenue of 56 lakhs. In 2 years' time, we have taken the revenue from 56 lakhs to 1.2 CR. And that is all through organic approach. Presence. Okay, so we are heavy offline presence. We are present in 62 restaurants, QSRs, and stores at present. Our D2C order contribution is 10%. Our business model is of a typical retail model where we provide the freezer and our product to the restaurant, retail outlet, or a QSR, and they sell with our own brand name. We don't do any white labeling or private labeling as such. So yes, 62 restaurants, QSRs, and retail outlets we operated last year. We have added 11 new places in the month of April. Yeah, and we have out of 62, 33 places have our freezers installed. So freezers is the capital investment that we make. Unit economics as percentage of revenue. So when we kind of do a sale of 100 rupees, 51 is our cost of goods sold, 49 is CM1. Then we have the storage and logistics. CM2 comes to 36. There is a little marketing expense, 35. Then brand marketing, admin cost, everything brings the EBITDA to 31%. And this is something which we have shown compared to MRP 2 versus profit. So when I sell a 100 rupee product, the cost of the ingredient is 22. Reseller's margin is 30% flat. Ingredient is 22, packaging is 8, rent, electricity, different salaries, delivery, marketing, admin cost. So this is as a fraction of MRP. Product mix, stick kulfis are our best seller, followed by earthen pot, which we introduced first, and then move on to the stick kulfis. Slice kulfis is something which we only introduced few months back. We held that for a long period of time because we wanted to kind of differentiate ourselves with the regular offerings. Milk beverages contribute 14%, rabdi does well with 5%, and halwa and other sweets like 2%, 2.5%. Channel mix, mostly restaurants, QSRs, retail stores, caterers, and some other corporates. Growth plans, we plan to continue to growth, want to kind of a deeper distribution with our existing model because that is working for us and that is continue to happen. We want to kind of penetrate further into retail. We are present in Nature's Basket. Previously, we were also present at Food Hall, but with our new packaging, we want to kind of enter into retail. Catering events, yes, the size that you have eaten, we are also coming out with 2 smaller sizes for events and caterers because this is not the quantity which suits well with the caterers. So we are coming out with the smaller size SKUs. Actually, we have it, we just need to introduce it. We are not on Swiggy, Zomato, Zepto, no. Again, we are a bootstrapped company. We always had profitability in our minds, so we want to kind of directed our energies to places where we can kind of maximize our profit. Brand website is under redevelopment. It will go live in the next 30 days. We want to expand to more cities. We want to offer tailored solutions for tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And then our own store is something which we are looking at because the SKUs and the different offerings that we can do, we cannot offer as a retail product. There is a lot of value addition which is possible through a store model. So yes, so this is the small size kulfi that you can see over here. Yeah.
Should we do questions?
Any questions, please?
Yeah. Okay. The restaurant business is branded pistachio. It's not.
Yes, that is why I wanted to clarify.
It's not white labeled.
No, we don't do any white labeling.
So give me an example of a restaurant where you're present.
If you talk about Navi Mumbai, there are a lot of places such as Sai Kripa, Himalaya, Punjab. There is a village in Karjat.
And वहाँ पर then when the customer is ordering, is your name there on the menu?
So
Where
we
do they
provide
find
the
out?
freezer. So we provide the branded freezer with
Okay.
our own branding. So what you see over here, right?
Is the freezer visible to the customer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the thing is, we try to target restaurants which can bring in volume, and people can also see the brand, because once it goes inside, right, and in their kitchen, right, they generally don't promote it well. It is very difficult, right? Once the brand is visible to the consumer, consumer is always curious, like the way you
Sure.
have been curious, right? What it is. So, and that is working for us.
And what do you think of guys like King's Kulfi and Grameen and all of these guys that have stores? For example, at least in Delhi, King's Kulfi is everywhere. Every food court, cyber hub, wherever, massive chain have a bunch of flavors. A lot of what you spoke of, they already have that. How do you see that competition tackling it?
I think it is, two things play. I think a consumer is always looking at the taste, right? If he finds the taste of any product better, right, he will always switch. The other thing is the branding. There are two things that play out, right? With the experience and the feedback that we have got, out of 60 places, over the years, we kind of discontinued with only 5 of those places, and it was never to do with the product, right? So that is the kind of following that we have, and the sales have been consistent. So what we have seen, if the consumer likes the product, right, it is very difficult for him to kind of pick any other brand. So the branding and the taste is two main things that we look at.
Just related to what Harsh asked, this is basically, so if I walk into a restaurant, I see the freezer, I know what the freezer name is,
Right.
but when I'm ordering, do I know ki it's from here only?
So it is.
They make the association.
So there is only one brand
Okay,
at a restaurant, right? A restaurant won't be selling a number of brands,
sure.
right? Ice cream it is possible. With kulfi, it is not like, I have not seen any place where they are selling 2 brands of kulfis. That's there, right? So the customer knows it.
No, at some point, you also spoke about how westernized concepts are cooler and therefore consumption.
So that's a
is lower.
mindset which we are trying to change with our branding, right? And offering the kind of SKUs, with the innovation in flavors, for example.
Yeah,
That is how we can change.
understood. No, this is honestly the product format, all of the formats as well as the aesthetic, it's come out really well.
Thank
So,
you.
and I think you all saw us eating, so that's testament to the product anyway. But what I'd like to understand is what's working best out of the lot format-wise. I know it's new, but still.
So format-wise, it is the restaurant which is working out.
No, I mean stick.
So
slice,
stick kulfis
stick
contribute
only, right?
63% of the revenue.
Got it. And you said slice is new, right?
Slice is something which we introduced recently. The reason we never introduced is like our texture is such that we cannot roll it. The trend that we have seen, if anybody is in Bombay, so there you have rolls, right? 1 kg rolls, and then they slice it
They
and
slice
serve
it, that's
it.
right.
We never wanted to enter that space.
Okay.
2 reasons. एक तो हमको जाना ही नहीं है, वो करना ही नहीं है. दूसरी चीज, our texture is such that we cannot do it that way. It is a dense texture. We don't use any milk powder, any thickener, nothing of that sort.
Got it.
It's a real ingredient what you can expect to have, right?
Understood.
So we waited for the kind of right packaging, right? And it is doing well. It has started to do well. Again, it is premiumly priced because.
How much what is the price point?
Okay, so the stick kulfis are priced at 90. The earthen pot is 120. The slice kulfi is also 120. 120.
Okay. Yeah. I cannot remember the last time I bought kulfi, so I cannot remember the price point.
So what I have seen is. So yeah, most brands sell between. So
it's
most
not
brands.
That much premium.
It is not that much premium. So most brands sell between 60 to 100 rupees. So for example, Bikaner wala here has a stick kulfi for 65 rupees, right? And Parsi Dairy in Bombay has a similar price point. So yes, some people may think as premium, someone who is eating like 30-40 rupees ka product, right, will find this product premium, right? Because has become more accessible compared to a standalone store.
And who is buying? As in, what is the age group of people that you are seeing?
It's all. From the youngster to the elder, like, from 25 to 60 age is.
Because younger consumers I see paying for something like this, the format is changing. But older consumers, I have no idea because they're very
I think,
sensitive
no, they are also paying for it. I mean, obviously, it's the mindset game that we always struggle with kulfis, right? We have grown up eating 10-20 rupee ka product, right? So ek wo mindset bana hua hai. So that will be there for some of the people in the elder category. But
But then again, you said you are selling only through restaurants right now, right?
Restaurants, QSRs, retail stores,
And then
and direct orders.
Retail stores is what kind of stores?
So Nature's Basket has it. Previously, Food Hall
so
had
they're
it.
picking it up. Okay.
Sorry.
We were just saying, otherwise it's captive, right? Then it's everybody who walks in can consume it.
Yes.
Alternatively, there's purchases. So, okay, this is interesting. The split between retail and B2B, not B2B, institutions would be?
So yes, restaurants contribute
Wow,
somewhere around 55% and QSR 25%. Retail is 8%.
Got it.
The retail portion is increasing, which we'll see in the coming year.
And last month's revenue was?
11 lakhs. In terms of the growth, last year we clocked 1.2 CR. This year we are looking at last year we did 1.2. This year we are targeting 2 CR with the introduction of the new packaging and promoting slice kulfis and also trying to get into Swiggy Zomato model. But yes, I mean, yes, I mean, expectation is like people should be on, we should be on Swiggy Zomato, but we are also looking at what price point we should sell, whether we should kind of create some customizations and not sell at the same price. Because, I mean, yes, it is expensive channel.
Yeah, you might have to bundle, etc. So, +1 on the aesthetics bit. I think it's very well done, very modern in some ways. I think I just wanted to understand what the end state vision is in your mind. As in, do you want to be the go-to for kulfis or ice creams or just like desserts and donuts, as your shirt says?
Yeah. So, I mean, you are talking in terms of the product or in terms of the
say like
places
7
where...
years from now, 8 years from now. The
So
large
large,
vision.
we want to be a legacy brand. I don't want to kind of adopt any channel where I make losses and,
No, which is
out of
fine.
the
But
market,
from a
right?
product perspective.
From the product perspective, yes, we can look to expand to other categories, but very selectively. I mean, so for example, if...
Will you only do frozen, for example? Or will you do other
yeah, one
as well?
was.
I think they're doing some things, right? Badam
Yes, so...
That's what I'm saying.
So we are experimenting with number of things. So kulfis are primary, followed by milk beverages. I mean, and rabdi. Rabdi is a hit wherever it is selling. The challenge with these two products is like it has a shelf life of 6 to 7 days, right? So we only sell at places where there is no RTV, right? It actually sells. So it's not just to kind of promote a brand. We are expanding to sweets. We are also expanding to like regional sweets. One of them is a Sund Panjiri packet that you can see over here. So that's one example. But regional sweets, dry things, which does not require a cold chain, that will help us to kind of reach to across India and easily. I think our pluses are we are good with innovation. Everything is in house. Even the Sund Panjiri and everything we keep
Manufacturing is in-house?
Everything is in-house.
What's the funding ask?
Sorry?
How much are you raising?
I mean, I'm not raising immediately. The reason for raising would be to enter into a store model, because there are a lot of value addition that we can do, which we cannot do in a retail format, right? And I have set a revenue goal of 2 CR, after which we can raise. Yes, minimum ask would be somewhere around 1 CR at some single digit number.
Yeah. Are you giving your kulfis to any hotels as well?
Sorry?
Are you supplying your kulfis to any hotels as well?
Horeca, no, not really. We are coming out with the smaller size SKUs, which we plan to take it to hotels. Again, I mean, that's a different category. I mean, very price sensitive category, and our products are expensive to make. And so we have to look at, like, where we can kind of reach.
And what do you think on the caterers?
So the approach that we are, that has worked well is like, you convince the consumer and the consumer will convince the caterer, right? That is a much easier way of doing it. Reaching out to a caterer, yes, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we have seen both kind of people.
Please give it up for pistachio guys. सर एक बात बताओ.
हाँ.
ये शर्ट कहाँ से खरीदी है? बहुत ही बढ़िया है.
Thank you.
अगली बार कुल्फी डाल के आना ना इस पे.
हाँ, मैं सोच रहा हूँ आज मैं यही सोच रहा हूँ कि I should have a.
थोड़ा तो ब्रांड का हो जाता.
बिल्कुल.
सर वो आप निकाल लेते. But sir, you looking dapper. Very good presentation. Thank you for very much. Give it up with pistachio guys.
Thank you.
हो गया? Okay. Yeah. Guys, this was the last presentation. Please give it up for all the participants and the amazing jury that we had. Right? Jury members, I would request you to come to that other room. यहाँ पे मैरिकॉम जी बैठी थी. I don't know what they call it. क्या special room हाँ?
Something like that.
VIP room.
Yeah.
कुछ extra नहीं मिलता. मूंगफली तक नहीं खिला रहे वहाँ पे. उसको VIP room बोलेंगे. टिक्का पड़ा था. मैंने वही कहा था. मैं कहा रेगुलर मेन्यू में नहीं है तो. मैंने कहा था. But guys, a small break of 15 minutes. We'll be back with the panel sessions after that. 15 minutes break लीजिए, चाय पीजिए, बाहर जाके किसी को सिगरेट पीजिए, जो करना करिए. पर 15 मिनट बाद we'll be back here for the rest of the evening and the next session.
We'll also be announcing the winners of the demo day.
यहीं बैठा है इनको. वहाँ जाना तो जा रहे हैं, बोल दिया. सर उनको लग रहा था आप जाओगे नहीं. We'll see you in 15 minutes, sir. Thank you very much. Right? We'll catch up soon. अब तो तुम दिखाएंगे ना तब.
फिनिश बताने से मैंने
बात नहीं
मैंने बता दें कि अनाउंस करेंगे जब वो
तो सबको बताइए जा रहे हैं.